Dish. We did not decide who was going to be kicking this off. Oh god. Oh god, everybody panic!
I'm panicking already.
Yeah, me too. Hello everybody, my name is Meetsta Madoy. I am a forensic scientist from the world of mysteries, however my intro usually goes, and I'm here with a guest.
I am Ernest Hope, also known as Hope Jealous. I did that the wrong way around. You can just collectively call me Hope. It's a Jekyll and Hyde thing. I'm a quack doctor of philosophy. I feel weird introducing myself like this. I normally don't do it.
I do it every stream because it's easier than coming up with like
I don't introduce myself.
A traditional VTuber intro, like on whatever. You can't do that when you look like me. It doesn't work.
My VTuber introduction on the stream at the start of every stream is just welcome back. Or if we're starting a new thing, I usually say welcome, not back.
That's very funny, I'm sure.
Yeah, I just don't put any effort into it. It's just welcome back to this game. Let's get to it, and then I recap what we did. Introduce the premise. I don't do stuff like that.
Speaking of premise, this is Root Film. It sounds like it's related to a certain other game Hope's played on their channel, but I swear it's not really.
It's only very tangentially related from what I hear. Yeah, I have a lot of history. Well, not a lot of history. I played through Root Letter on my stream.
History, we'll say.
Yeah, intense sounds actually pretty good. It's a game that has been very memorable to me. It wasn't a bad game per se. The main character, as I have described before on my channel, is the worst protagonist I have ever had the displeasure to play as. That's the best way to put it, and it's been coming up recently during the last game I streamed on Mondays with another friend of mine, because we compared the protagonist of that game to the protagonist of the first Root game, Root Letter. And yeah, this has been in the possible plans for a while, so I thought this would be a nice comparison after that to see how the protagonist of this one actually compares. Seems it's not the same, luckily.
Yeah. From the one review from someone I actually trust that I read of this game that made me want to stream it, it does not sound anywhere near that bad. Hopefully.
Yeah.
And it is apparently, judging by the combined 5 minutes of research we've both done, written by the same guy responsible for the Clock Tower franchise, so that's exciting.
Yeah, that was not something I was aware of either before we looked into it.
We were talking about the game's summary earlier, like the idea of introducing game summaries earlier, but hey, this one was nice enough to give it to us right on the title screen. Memories brought back by hidden records. A mystery and suspense story. Set in Shimane. I had my screen size set pretty low.
Shimane Prefecture.
I should have known that Shimane was a real thing, though. I am at least in kayfabe Japanese. I have no excuse.
Really should know better. I will say something I noted, now that we're streaming, I want to note something we noted before we started as well. The title menu music is very, very suspenseful, very ominous.
It sounds like... First point of comparison to Kingdom Hearts horror movie, but I think that might actually be underselling it a bit.
Yeah, this is not just a horror movie, this is the active thriller part of a horror movie where somebody is about to be murdered or actively being murdered on screen.
Like the obligatory horror set piece in a JRPG about saving the world from evil gods.
Or failing to save the world, almost, with how ominous this sounds at moments.
I mean, statistically speaking, given our genre, someone is definitely going to die, so I'm not going to say it's completely inappropriate, but...
Yeah, it's a surprise. It's a surprise. From the few images I've seen of this game, the screenshots gave more of a road trip vibe. Like a road trip to make a movie kind of stuff or something like that. This music does not give those same vibes.
I mean,
This actually make this sound very much like a suspense story.
I mean, anytime you see a mystery story with the name of the prefectorate set in anywhere on its title page or title screen or what have you, unless the prefecture in question is Tokyo or maybe Kyoto, it is at least partially a deliberate tourism advertisement. So the road trip story would make sense.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it made me expect with the screenshots. Also, hello, One Shane. My mod is actually in the chat.
God, we have a viewer. This does not happen to me often. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared.
Should we start the game now with the start button now that we have a viewer?
Probably should at some point.
One Shane got first as well. Woo! First viewer.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, okay, I'm pressing start.
Okay, me too.
Also, yeah, for those coming in, aka One Shane, we are both streaming our sides, and we are both playing our own separate version of the game, so this might be a little bit more disjointed.
We're just kind of going on vibes to determine who is hitting advance when.
There is also the problem that this seems to be, at least to some degree, be voice acted, which makes it a little bit more difficult for us to keep track where we are, because we're not necessarily reading it out loud.
Although that said, this narrative caption has no voice acting. Would we like to rock, paper, scissors decide who gets to read it?
I think I heard some voice acting there.
Oh.
So it was Japanese, and I was talking.
Yeah, hold on.
It was also more quiet than I expected.
No, there is voice acting. I just have the default audio is really low. I am going to
very low.
I am going to turn that up. I don't know what you're doing on your end.
Yeah, I'll do that the same, because I also put everything a little bit quieter because the menu theme was so loud, but I think the voice volume could actually be higher based on that. I'm also glad I can actually access the config from wherever. Sounds better. I'm gonna put it a little bit louder still.
Rick has redeemed a hydrate redeem over on my end. Hello.
Alright. I shall also hydrate then.
I don't know if that was intended for both of us, but legally I cannot stop you.
Well, Rika did also now redeem a drink on my end, so I'm actually gonna hydrate both.
Of course she does that right as soon as I pick it up. Spoiling my joke. Anyway, I feel like starting a fire in the cells of your own body would be not beneficial to keeping yourself alive. I don't know. I'm not that kind of doctor, but it just seems.
I'm also most certainly not that kind of doctor. This is gonna be really difficult for us to keep track at what point which of us is.
Yeah. It hurts. It hurts, 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 it hurts.
Imagine hurting.
Yeah, imagine still being able to feel pain. Written by Yahtzee Croshaw.
I think you're further than I am.
According to what I'm seeing on my your stream, you're actually a bit ahead of me.
Okay. It's really difficult to keep track because I don't see your stream. I only see your chat through Chatty.
I mean, I'm not super upset about skipping through this a bit because it is while it is not terribly written, it is fairly self-explanatory. Man, this is gonna go so viral. There's no rules against posting pictures of dead bodies on social media, right? Right. That sounds appropriate.
何を言っているのだろう。
It has happened before.
口々に何かつぶや
People most certainly don't take it well
恐
though.
る恐る私に近づいてくる人たち。どうして助けてくれないの？ぼんやりとした視線の
So
先
the
で
question of the hour is this
人々が
going
一斉
to
に携帯を取り出す。
be a thematic, major thematic role throughout the rest of the game, or did they just need a interesting
無
visual
言
to
の
start
ま
the
ま
game
携
off?
帯のカメラを私に向ける人。
Good question.
そうか。みんな私の姿を撮るためだけに
Look at
やって
these
きたんだ。彼らにとっ
photographs.
て私の姿
Every
は
time I do what
ネット
makes
に
me
上げて盛り上がる
laugh.
ための見せ物。はあ、
These specific photographs being taken here are what make you laugh.
深い絶望
Yes.
とともに
Interesting choice.
You need to develop a sense of humor in this line of work, or you will go insane. Also, I think I'm finally caught up with you.
お姉ちゃん
Understandable. Both with the catching up to me and developing a sense of
ごめ
humor.
ん。そして私は
And everything went black.
自分だけに訪れた不
Everything's
幸を
going white
受
for
け
my
入れた。
end.
There's a process to these things.
Part 1 prologue.
Episode
Yakumo Part
1.
1.
The
Is
beginning.
Yakumo Part. Do you think Yakumo Part 2 is going to be Chapter 1?
I doubt it. I actually feel like it would make more sense if they left all the prologue bits with the same title, and then Chapter 2 was whatever the thing after Yagumo was.
Hmm.
Clickety click clack.
We get Yakumo Part 1 as prologue, and then Yakumo Part 2 is going to be the final chapter.
That would be dramatic and artistic, but I'm not sure how much sense it would make.
Depends on the writing.
Or technology.
I will say, I expected us to be like reading out loud or the lines and such with this, but I'm starting to think everything is voice acted.
That's a thing I would appreciate under literally any other circumstances.
Yeah, for this it kinda makes it a bit more complicated, especially
I
with
mean,
both of us having a different game.
Yeah, I mean, just because the game has full voice acting doesn't mean we can't read things out occasionally just to make sure.
Yeah.
There's no laws against that.
I don't like talking over the characters when they speak. I know I have a couple of friends who read everything out loud if they don't speak English. Like, if they speak Japanese, they read it out loud so everybody listening can fully understand. But I don't like doing that because it just feels talking over the character.
Yeah, no, under any other circumstances, I'd agree with you. Rika is redeeming more hydrate. I'm beginning to detect a pattern here.
I'm going to see if I get another one as well.
What's gotten into me, lady, is a bit of water.
Rika, can you poke him in the eye for me?
Yeah,
My cooldown is longer than yours.
Oh. Should have thought of that, actually. Oh my god, it's coming right for us! Camera 3, get off the track! Man, the sequel to the Blair Witch Project is really not great. I said that as a joke, but I think it's what's actually happening here.
Maybe. I remember playing the Blair Witch video game. It was a game.
Was without doubt one of the video games of all time.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it was the convenient engine failure was really what gave it away.
やりすぎるとリアリティなくなるからな。サイドだけちょっと落としとこうか。
へえへえ。
しかしこんなんマジに受け取るやついるんすか
Lady,
ね
you are making a horror movie. You're not here to be taken
どう見ても作
seriously.
り丸出しっつうか
What?
そもそも
Does
なん
this
でお
look
前
like
ずっとカメラ
elevated
回してん
horror
だ
to
よ
you,
って突
Doctor?
っ込みたくなるっつうか
Yes.
いいんだよ。こんなもんどうせ夏をちょいと盛り上げるための小道具に過ぎねえんだから。こういうの見て肝試しに行って盛り上がれりゃそれでいいんだろ。
God damn it.
若いやつは。
発言おっさん
What's your opinion on seeing very common like internet language in actual like dialogue?
That is a very complicated question. I am not sure I have time to go into my full thoughts on here. But like, I'm fine with this. This does not bother
Yeah.
me. This
It's like-
game is in fact set in an era where people would say things like that.
Because it's at the same time creating, but at the same time it can really add to it if like it fits the character and the era. But at the same time, it's kind of weird to see it.
I
Whenever
mean,
it
this
happens.
this I have seen weird localization choices. This is not a weird
Yeah.
localization choice.
Yeah, definitely
お前
not.
だってそう
I
いうの
just
好きだって面接の時言
like
ってただろ。
it's just the immediate feeling of seeing somebody say like, "Okay, boomer," and it being like, "God damn it."
ほら見ろ。そういう連中喜ばしておまんま食えるんだからそれでいいじゃねえか。
Get to please your people, and you don't die horribly. Everyone wins.
低い志ですな
うるせえよ。とにかくこれで素材揃ったからあとはテロップのデータだけ用意しといてくれ。編集は俺の方でやっとくから。
Editing is more important than directing. I will die on this hill.
了解あらへんしたデータはいつもの
Yeah, I
ファイルに
think
ま
I
とめておくんで
would agree.
I know because I'm not good at either.
なあ頼むよ。
I haven't done much in terms of directing. I've done much more in terms of editing. Nothing like actually serious, but nonetheless, I've seen a bit of both sides. Like recently, I applied for a job at a movie theater and noted down how basically I have schooling in pretty much all sides of filmmaking. I literally have gone to school for script writing. I've done acting before. I've done like filming, audio work, overall video editing work. I don't have much experience in terms of directing. That's the least part. But I have a little bit of experience from almost all sides.
Yeah, that's actually really impressive. I got my degree outside of kayfabe in English lit, but other than that, my creative work is pretty much entirely self-taught stuff I came up with the VTubing.
Yeah, as a schooling, I'm officially a media assistant, which is basically the jack of all trades, absolute master of none. When it comes to basically all kind of like media stuff, whether it be audio work, film work, photography, editing, and such stuff like that. And then before that, I went to a school for writing specifically, including scripts. And before, I've also, for many years, been like in small scale theater stuff for acting. So I have a bit of experience on all sides. I've been an extra in a film once as well. I got the part where I was an extra got cut out from everything but the trailer.
My God, that's terrible.
It was also interesting because I was an extra there, I actually got an invite to the first showing of the film for free. But because the part where I was an extra got cut out, I wasn't even in the end credits when they listed extras. I was in the marketing, but I was not in the film or the credits.
Cover of a magazine.
It didn't get to a magazine. It was a small-scale indie film. It was a small-scale indie film made by my old theater and classmate. Old teacher and classmate from the media assistant school.
It would be very cool if you had an old Vader.
Mm-hmm. Should we read these parts that are
I
not
was
actually voiced?
just about to ask you that.
Yeah, because I kind of held on to those for a while. I think we could read these. Do you want to
Yeah.
read Makari? Should I read Makari? Does it matter who reads Makari?
Probably
just
not
thoughts.
in the grand scheme of things, but it. Do. With that parting word, Yagumo scratches his head and leaves the editing room. Ayane Magari simply watches as he leaves, leaning back in her chair and sighing. Do we want to trade off narrator and character, or,
Sure, I can be Makari.
Sure.
When I saw him at the Asian Film Convention, he seemed like the next big filmmaker, but now, after just 3 years, he's turned into such a gloomy old man. If he actually matched Yakumo pseudonym and went back to using his real name Rintaro Yakumo, would he be cool again?
You think not calling yourself goddamn Max Yagumo would make you cooler?
Max Yakumo.
Max Yagumo, he is the man whose name you wish
Create?
to touch.
I'm gonna create autosave data, sure. I don't see why not. Maybe we should check my email now.
I will also create autosave data.
Where do I check my email? In Yakumo's room, I assume.
Okay, that directional input is very strange.
I went to Yakumo's room.
Back in his room, Yagumo boots up his personal computer. No one will be seated during the epic checking his email section.
Guess I'll check my email. If only I get a more serious job request.
He ponders the possibility as he opens his email, finding out about 3 new messages. Which is also the number of soda cans on his desk. That's...
There's a connection!
My god, I've cracked the case. What are we looking at first?
The messages are from the soda cans, actually. One of the soda cans is warning us that we're in grave danger. One of the soda cans tells us that our password has been frozen. And one soda can is off to Shimane.
That's especially impressive considering none of them have opposable thumbs to type with.
Uh-huh. And one of them is even threatening to leave somehow, even though it doesn't have legs or anything else.
I mean, it could be like that old Chef Boyardee commercial where it rolls on its side deliberately.
Maybe. Maybe that's how they write too. Like they just roll around on the keyboard.
And somehow that does not result in any typos.
Yeah, they're very skilled at that, you know?
So what are we thinking? Just top to bottom?
I think I would want to start with You're in Grave Danger.
Alright. I'll do this, you do the next one, I'll do the one after that.
Alright.
You are in grave danger. From Yugensai Kumashito. Dear Max Yagumo, I'm a big fan of your company's Vengeful Ghost Archipelago series of DVDs. That is not how I expected this email to begin.
Why not?
I recently purchased the new Archipelago Quake and saw it was as frightening as previous titles. Archipelago Quake sounds like the Japanese equivalent of a Sharknado movie.
Yeah.
Most of the spirits were weak animal spirits, but I found many of them to be quite dangerous. Previously, I, Yugensai, have been protecting you with remote exorcisms, but you're in grave danger. Therefore, I suggest an official exorcism where I take my spiritual power-infused bracelet and...
Why do occult DVDs always attract occultists? What the hell is a remote exorcism anyway?
Maybe it's for the same reason that the archer class is full of archers. You ever think of that?
No.
After an uncomfortable laugh, he realizes he recognizes the sender's name.
You can check Kumashira. That spirit medium quack? Can you please stop emailing me every DVD release?
So it can't be in that much danger if it hasn't killed us yet.
Yeah.
Yakumo shrugs his shoulders and deletes the email without reading the rest of it. Ironically, that email contained the culprit's full name at the bottom.
Subject, your password has been frozen. From amazing customer support.
Are they really that amazing? They didn't even have the budget for a G.
Yeah. Due to password danger exposure, your password has been frozen. To unfreezing your password, please access the next link immediately.
Was that a legitimate typo, or was it a joke about how spam emails deliberately fill themselves with typos, so the only people who go to them are people who are too dumb to,
Based on what Yakumo is thinking here, I think it's the latter.
Okay.
Yeah, just your usual grammatically questionable spam.
That is a good localization decision. I approve. Yakumo deletes the email without even flinching.
They're using the real amazing logo too. That's in bad taste.
Is it really that amazing a logo? I'm sorry. I'm heading to Shimane. From either Sakuya or Sakuya. I don't know this person's gender yet.
No.
When he sees the sender's name, Yakumo freezes. It's from his younger sister, Sakuya it is.
That's weird. When does Sakuya email me?
He wonders why she didn't just use Line, but realizes they never exchanged Line info.
That would be the cause.
That would explain it, yes. We've cracked the case.
Right. We always said next time, but next time never came. Yakumo smiles wryly as... Oh, that's actually you, because that's the narrator?
That's fine. Yakumo smiles wryly as he reads the email. Dear brother, I'm heading to Shimane soon. Fascinating, Captain.
Is that it? I don't get it.
She's gonna die over there.
Well, I guess she'll just contact me again once she's here.
It's gonna die over here. Yakumo sends that email to the archive folder instead of deleting it.
Ugh. No new work requests today too, huh? Jeez, just how long am I gonna have to make those stupid occult DVDs?
See, it's that effort to call your current efforts stupid that keeps you from getting new jobs. Yakumo sighs as he shuts off his computer and leaves the room.
Which way do we go? Editing room or reception room?
This is probably not the tack they intended us to take, but, looking at the doors on the floor plan, it looks like the reception room is actually closer to where we can go. Doesn't look like we can go into the editing room without passing the reception room.
So, wanna take a stop at the reception room then?
Sure, that makes sense to my brain. We don't want to be doing more editing, we just got off. When he enters the reception room, Yakumo's phone vibrates and rings in his pocket. Recognizing the caller's name, he picks up the phone and puts on his most diplomatic voice. I almost read that as diabolic, and I was going to, dramatically change the texture of the scene.
The most diabolic voice.
There are people I would do that if they called me on the phone for. Well, you know, it is appropriate that we wound up crashing on
hear anything.
Well, you
Stream?
know, it's appropriate that I wound up crashing on a scene with a dial tone.
Oh no, you already crashed there?
Yeah, that was
Damn.
that was my issue. You are not at fault here.
Yeah, remember when I told you that I had OBS issues yesterday? Let's be fairable here. They jumped over to you.
Let me.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm sitting on a spot where Yakumo actually has thinking dialogue, so I'm waiting for you to catch up, and I'll read it.
Can we? I thought you were voicing Yakumo. Yakumo with a thing. Wait, have discussions moved? Okay, I'm where your screen is.
Yeah, I mentioned I'm waiting for you before I read it, so I don't move forward before you get to the point.
All right.
Like I can read Yakumo's thoughts, but in that case,
Ooh, the thing. Where?
And you're the
仕
narrator.
事の依頼の電話っすか？
Marguerite fills her personal mug with hot water. She has such interesting tastes in beverages. He hadn't noticed her entering the reception room.
Like, is she actually drinking just hot water?
Probably not. It's probably like instant coffee. Something. But
I'd hope so.
But my version is funnier, and in the end, isn't that what matters in this life?
It would be cool if she just takes a mug, fills it with boiling water and nothing else. No flavoring, just boiling water.
It's fucking metal as hell, yo.
コーヒー入れに来ただけっすけど、なんかいい話っぽかったんで。
いい話なのかな。磯上さんが仕事の相談をしたいらしい。今から来いとさ。
磯上さん？また心霊 DVD の版元さんすか？
It bothers me that they keep translating it as concepts like occult DVDs and spiritual DVDs. Like, I understand what they're saying, but that's not a thing people say when they're talking to other human beings.
Clearly it is. These two are saying it to each other.
Anime characters aren't human, everyone knows that.
What? But what are we?
Doctor, I'm an anime character. Everyone
we're not
laughs when one
humans.
snare drum, curtain closes, whatever that Rorschach beat goes.
島根テレビの偉いさんじゃないっすか。監督、まさかそのまま行く気
I'm
じゃないっ
starting
す
to
よ
wonder,
ね。
by the way, if we should just take off the voice acting and read these ourselves, so it would be easier to keep track where each other is.
We don't have to turn off the voice acting, but like, you know, it wouldn't be terrible to.
Yeah, I just don't want to like talk over the voice acting if we end up reading them.
I mean, I plan on leaving the voice acting on, but if you want to like do whatever it is you've decided you want to do,
Yeah,
I would.
because I feel like it would be easier. Like, if we were playing from the same game, it wouldn't be an issue, but since we are both playing from separate games...
I'm aware I was there at the time. Doesn't help that my web does not appreciate having your chat and mine open at the same time.
そのつもりだ。
Ah.
ヒゲ、まずその武将ヒゲ剃ってそれとスーツとネクタイどこにあるんすか？
Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn off the voice acting and we could see about reading the lines overall. I was kinda reading both Yakumo's and Magari's thoughts. Should I keep being both of them?
I feel like Magari and Yakumo are our Phoenix and Maya duo, so we should probably like split the difference between us.
Which one would you rather take?
If you twist my arm, I'm gonna say I'd rather be our hero, but I'm not gonna force you.
I'll just take whichever at this point.
Alright, fine.
You're the narrator too right now,
Alright.
so...
Just wanted to make sure we were in agreement. After Malgary's pestering, Yagumo grooms himself and steps up to the entrance of the office. I don't know why the Pink Panther theme is playing insane.
Yeah, this is very much the Pink Panther theme. Very close to it.
Somehow I'm exhausted before I've even left.
Jeez, how can you not have a proper suit? I can't believe you don't ever go to the cleaners.
Take it to the cleaners, that's a good one.
いいだろう。いつもの格好で十分だと思う
It's
ぞ。
not the way I usually dress.
Well, it's better than a worn-out suit, I guess.
Good old traditional anime difficulty when they're talking about how unfashionable someone is and they're dressed like they just stepped off a runway in Harajuku.
Yeah.
Good old Tetsuya Nomura effects.
I assume we're going to the TV headquarters. Our options are limited.
I mean, you never know, the game could surprise us. But probably not. When they reach the Shimane TV lobby, Maguri hands Yakumo a paper bag. Wow, it's just what I've always wanted.
Just like with the hot water, there's nothing else. It's just a paper bag.
What was this?
A present. I bought it while you were getting ready. Thought it'd be better if you gave it to him.
おいおい。
Hey, we're just talking a little business here, no for a present.
That's what I keep talking about, Director. The reason you don't get to work is because you don't know basic business etiquette. If you want work, you gotta follow etiquette. Well said.
Damn it. For a former delinquent, she sure knows her manners.
You were thinking that's rich coming from a former delinquent, weren't you?
Every good mystery visual novel has a running gag where at least one of the assistants can read the protagonist's mind. That's just common knowledge. Big oof.
Imagine having assistants. Well, whatever. Let's go inside already.
In kayfabe, I am an assistant. That's part of the lore. Okay. After checking in with the guest services, the pair head to the second floor reception room. There, they find Isogami waiting for them.
Do you want to be Isogami or should I? What's the thought?
This guy reminds me too much of people I know in real life, and it's going to dramatically prejudice my judgment.
I'm just seeing the little, what little we see of the expression from the side right now, and I'm loving it.
I do not like this Isogami. His smug aura mocks me.
Do you have a voice in mind? Because if not, I can try to go for something.
I would be much more interested in hearing what you're gonna do with this.
Hey, Maxie. Sorry for calling you all of a sudden.
That's perfect, do not change a thing.
How have you been lately? You popping off? Let's pop off together for our next job.
Wordplay. Here's a little something for you.
Oh, a present for me? Ah, you shouldn't
No,
have.
funny, I agree.
Oh, and who might this lady be?
This girl's been working for me since this spring.
Non-linear editor and Max Yakumo's assistant. I'm Makari. Free to contact me for business. Way to go, Maxie. You got yourself a level-headed new graduate.
She has the exact same curly pigtails as Clover from 999. I just noticed that.
Do you think that means she's going to ask some questions later down the line?
Anything's possible in this genre. But
I'm
going,
Hiroyuki Ishigami.
I'm going like 30-70 in favor of no.
Yeah. I'm Hiroyuki Ishigami, planning manager of the licensing department. Nice to meet you.
With an emphasis on planning manager, Isogami hands his business card to Magari, who had suddenly taken a serious tone. As he watches those two, Yakumo stifles a wry smile and cuts to the chase.
ところで
By
今
the
日は
way,
例の件でご相
not
談
the
とのこ
topic
と
of
ですが
discussion today.
まあそうそう
Oh, right.
実は
Maxi, your proposal to revive the decade-old project seems like it's gonna get greenlit.
Oh my gosh, we're finally going to get the Columbo remake. We were...
Woo!
Yeah. It was the first old series that came to mind.
I've never watched Colalb. I feel like I should.
Probably should. It holds up surprisingly well. Really?
パッケージが全
Like, I literally only learned about Colalb's existence like year 2 back. I don't know how I've avoided it.
回収の見込みも立ちやすいしさ
I am as surprised as you are.
As long as it's part of a package deal, the licensing heads are leaning yes. Online streaming should give it enough exposure.
I'm talking about exposure.
役員への根回しで
The
も
staff seems pretty receptive. It looks like it's a shoe-in to be
い
greenlit.
けちゃいそうな
おおそれはよかった
Great!
それってどういう
What exactly is the project?
元々は
It's a mystery drama set here in Shimane that originally started production 10 years ago but was suspended.
Wait, the studio was greenlighting something that isn't a remake? My god, this is a work of fiction.
Its selling point was its omnibus format, with 3 directors competing for the best film. 3 directors? So is Max going to participate in the reboot?
もしかして
He's one of the planned candidates, of course. After all, he's an up-and-coming director who won awards at the 6-Minute Film Festival and the Asian Film Convention.
The 6-Minute Film Festival, a festival for films that are only 6 minutes long, or a festival for films that are made in 6 minutes?
I think it's the former, but I think it's funnier if it's the latter.
本当ですか
Seriously? Yay! It's your big chance, director!
の
Yeah.
まあまだ本決まりってわけ
Well, it hasn't been officially greenlit, so it might be too early to celebrate.
That is the
Besides...
wrong use of 2. I thought this was a professional production.
No.
ちょっと
There's been one small hiccup.
問題
Hiccup?
それが今回ご
Is
相
that
談の
what
話
you
ってわ
wanted
け
to
ですか
discuss today?
そう実は
Yes.
一人強硬
See,
に
one
反対して
staff
る
member
役員
strongly
がいて
against
ね
it. Someone high up the chain whom we need on board.
Okay, so he's going to wind up getting shanked in a bit, I say.
その反対理由というの
Why are
は
they against it?
よくわからない
I'm not sure, but they keep saying to axe it since it's a bad omen.
We're setting so many death flags, my god.
When the project was suspended 10 years ago, some filming had already begun apparently.
一部撮影は始まってたらしいのね
And some sort of incident was caught on film, or so they say.
あったんじゃないかと思うん
そこに
Some
何か不吉とされ
Bad
るものが
omen
映っ
got
てい
caught on
た
film. Colonel.
Something like that, probably. Personally, I was completely uninvolved in the project at the time.
なかったからわからん
局の方で知ってる方はいなかったんですか
Does nobody in the department know?
それがね
Well, oddly enough, everyone involved
全
quit.
員曲を
Maybe to take responsibility for the
エ
suspension.
ンディングの責任取ったのか何なのか
なるほど
I
つまり自分に
see.
その原因を調べ
So
ろと
basically, you're telling me to investigate that cause myself, huh?
そういうことなんだ
I
け
suppose
ど
so. I'd like you to watch the film and see if you can find out what happened.
何があったのか
いいですよ
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a shot.
本当助かる
Really?
わ
Thanks.
それじゃあ
In that case, can you follow me to the archive center next to the building? The shelf footage is archived there. So, I'll talk with them to let us see the film.
見せてもらえるように話
わかりました
Understood.
ご一緒します
We'll come with you.
うんうん
Okay, thanks.
なんとか解
Let's
決
get this thing greenlit and get popping.
Alright, what are we thinking? Is it gonna be a real ghost? Is it gonna be a reflection in a mirror? What are we thinking? What is the level of mystery we think this game is on?
I'm hoping it's not a real ghost, at the very least.
fella in a bedsheet, got it. A cheerful Isogami slaps Yakumo on the back as they leave the reception room.
It would be really funny if it is just someone in a bedsheet.
Well, away we go.
Shimano TV Archive Center. Once again, our options are quite limited.
This game's so open and exploratory.
I mean, we are literally in the prologue.
Yeah, Isogami leads the way as they head behind the office towards a separate building. Apparently, in the Archive Center is this small prefabricated warehouse.
名前の割に随分と
Looks
小さな
smaller than the name would suggest.
Oh, this isn't a very
That's-
impressive studio.
That's the waiting room. It's mainly underground to control temperature and humidity here.
True to Isogami's words, stairs to the basement appear as soon as they enter the building. They descend the stairs. My god, what'll happen next? Past several doors, to go down a hall, where they find...
Drum roll.
A cluttered room with disorganized stacks of film material.
No one would have ever guessed.
What a twist.
A new person. Hello there. You there, Shayama? You want to pick Shayama then?
Sure, we'll split it 50-50. Oh, Isogami.
Yeah, see the thing.
Ooh, the thing? Where?
Mm-hmm.
It's ready, but seriously want to look into it?
Of course I'm serious. I said you on the phone, didn't I?
And no one can lie over the phone, that's impossible.
Yeah, imagine. Meet Director Maxi and his assistant, Makari. They're the ones who were going to do the investigation into the film.
Sayama gives the two a disinterested glance before motioning towards a screen installed on the wall in the corner of the room. They look to see a projector already loaded with the film.
これは16ミリフィルムですか
16mm
10
film,
年前と
huh?
はいえ珍しいな
Kind of unusual even for the last decade.
撮影した監督の
A
こだわりで
director
もあ
thing
った
for
ん
it,
だ
I
ろう
guess.
やはり
It
映像の
definitely
強
had
さ
a
違う
unique charm to it.
はあ
Hmm.
監督は一体誰なんです
Who exactly was the director?
さあな
It's me.
さあな
It's you. You
わ
don't
からないんです
know?
か
ああ記録には残ってい
There's
ない
no record of who it was.
待ってください。フィルム缶の
Hold
ラ
on,
ベルとかに
it's
書い
not
て
even
な
written
か
on
った
the
んです
label of
か
the film can or anything?
なかったな
Yep.
それ
In
に
fact,
どういう
there's
わ
not
け
even
か
a single record
島の
of
テレ
it
ビ
in
の記録に
all
も
of
全く
Shimane
残されていないん
TV.
だ
でも
Hmm.
未編
If
集の
it's
フィルムなら
unedited,
シー
shouldn't
ン
the
の頭
director
に
say
パチンコが映って
action
ます
and
よ
black
ね
the clapperboard at the start of
大
each scene?
体誰か
Sure
わか
hope
る
so.
ん
That
じゃ
sounds incredibly fun.
確かにこいつ
This
は編
film
集
is
前のフィ
indeed
ルムだ
unedited,
だが
but...
Hmm.
どういうわけか監督
For
の
some
掛け
reason,
声が入ってるはずの
places
箇
you
所は
expect to hear the
全て
director's
削
voice
除
been
されているん
erased.
だ
Every
丁寧に全て
single
の
one.
箇所でな
Hmm.
そんな
No
一体
way.
なぜ
For what purpose?
Magari is taken aback by the illogical situation.
Me too.
And suddenly... Yaguma senses something he hasn't sensed in a long time. Is this...
Oh my.
Ish E S Ah. In Yagumo's eyes, Sayama's words appear to float in midair and drift around like the jellyfish in the sea.
Should we read the text off the screen as well?
I mean, it's literally the
Yeah.
words the man just said to us.
So that's a no.
Yeah, also, Gaster, hello. Thank you for showing up. Haven't
Hello.
seen you in a while. How you how's it hanging? This again, huh? Schizophrenia is a hell of a disease. It's a unique sense he's had since childhood. Words his subconscious deems as vital keywords appear to float in midair. Synthesis. I can never say this word right in the first 10.
Synesthesia?
Synthesia. A condition where people can taste sounds or hear colors, among other bits of sensory overlap. It's the diagnosis he received as a child. Doctor said it was nothing to worry about. In any case, I should take a note of what he's saying. Synthesia. Activated.
We need to press X. Press X to doubt. No, press X to memorize.
Admittedly, that is a very cool effect. That's kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
Da-da-dots.
監督
Director?
Do you
Director!
think we were just standing there staring at the wall the entire time the two of us were talking about the effects there?
Yes.
ちょっと監督
Hey, Director,
しっかりして
please
くだ
step
さい
out of it.
よ
Oh,
マーガリか
hey, Marguerite.
マガリカじゃないっすよ
Don't hey, Makari, me? What is your space out? Are you feeling okay?
あいや
Oh, it's
なんでもない
nothing.
大丈夫だよ
I'm okay.
本当に大丈夫なのか
You sure you're okay? This is the sort of thing you want to watch on an upset stomach.
ただのミステリー
You
ドラマ
might
でしょ
empty your trousers
大
if you
丈
know
夫
what
で
I'm
す見さ
saying.
せてください
It's just a mystery drama, right? I'll be fine. Roll the film. Saima shoots Isagami a look that says, "You sure?" Once Isagami nods, he dims the lights and starts operating the projector. And on the screen, you see a lone woman walking.
The suspense.
Truly peak of horror genre. Rain is pouring down. She looks anxious and cowers at the occasional clap of thunder.
これは誰でしょう
Is that?
脇役の無名女優
A
だ
no-name extra playing the role of the victim who gets run over by the killer's truck. Ooh, is it a
And
killer?
no name.
これから引き
Is
殺
it
さ
a
れる
killer
ことに
truck movie? I love killer truck movies.
なるほど顔に見覚え
Also,
はあ
the
りませんが
freaking
確かにちゃ
typo
んと
and
芝居をしてい
no
ますね
name.
ただのエキストラじゃないようだ
I see. I recognize her face, but she can act. She doesn't seem like just an extra. Eventually, the film cuts to a new scene with the woman walking up to a pond. Perspective seems to be someone indoors looking outside, as a window frame can be seen.
ここからだ女
This
性
is
の
where it
背
starts
後
to
に
get
ある池
weird.
をよく
Look
見
closely
て
at
く
the
れ
pond behind the actress.
Will do. Nope.
But the screen fades to white with an especially loud clap of thunder. In the next moment,
Dun dun dun.
like Zoiks Hope, a ghost.
This is so real.
Ah. Meep. Both Yagumo and Magari shout in shock.
い池池
Oh,
の上に
on top of the pond?
これは
That's...
Movie magic.
As the image sinks in, a truck flies into frame, slamming into the woman. And the truck takes up the entire frame. The screen freezes. You know, I feel like, setting aside the ghost for a moment, that does not seem like an appropriate way to composite a shot like that.
Yeah, my current thoughts are that that wasn't what was supposed to happen in the film.
I mean, the director Sayama, what's his face, specifically said that scene was supposed to feature the lady getting hit by a truck.
But I feel like it's not like it was supposed to like happen in the film, but what happened like was that she actually got hit by it.
Guess it
That
depends on
wasn't
how
supposed to
much
happen.
faith we're expected to have in the creators of the game out in real life at this point.
Because that would at least explain why he also like claims that this isn't something you should watch like on an upset stomach and such, because it's a bit more real than it was supposed to be, and it could potentially explain why this was like ended if something actually unfortunate happened.
This is so real.
Hey. Oh, whoa. What was that? It's supposed to be a mystery drama, not horror drama. Whoa, what was that? Where's that woman on the pond? You saw that, didn't you? Didn't you? I saw it. There was a creepy woman floating on the pond.
Without a word, Yakumo steps up to the projector, takes the film, and checks it against the lights. There's no evidence it's been edited. Duh. Do you think it would even be shelved if the producer had edited? It edited it.
Yes.
So the reason the mystery drama project was shelved 10 years ago was because this. What you saw was just part of it. The woman appears in many other cuts. That complicates things. This is why reviving the project is a bad omen. You understand that now?
I'm really hoping it's not just a real ghost.
I don't think it is just a real ghost. I feel like I would have heard very different things from Holing if that was how things went.
Just low zoom out while everybody's quiet.
Cameraman is just sneaking off to grab a plate to eat. It's fine.
Yeah, understandable.
The room falls silent, causing the air conditioning to sound louder than it should. All present stand frozen in place, motionless, with the exception of Marguerite's slight trembling. And then someone threw a flashbang into the room.
Again? Oh, Yakumo Part 1, Chapter 1.
Yakumo Part 1, 2, Yakumo Part 1, 2, Part 1. No. Why do we have to take that cursed film? I don't want to go inside the editing room now. Calm down, we've made tons of scary movies before, right? I mean, look at that poster in the other corner of the screen. We once made a movie called Bitch Dogs Frozen, apparently.
That's scary for different reasons.
It's scary. It is scary, though. You can't deny that.
It is a scary movie, but not a horror movie necessarily, but a scary movie. Yeah. Fictional movies? That thing was the real deal.
So are bitch dogs frozen inherently, or are these specific bitch dogs being frozen, and that's the source of the horror?
That is a very good question. Things like, seriously cursed, it's bad news.
Studio Yakumo's editing room now has a digital copy of the film from Shimada TV's Archive Center. And Aine Magari has been grumbling about it since this morning.
Ah, jeez. I don't want to be in the editing room. I don't want to touch no cursed computer. Double negative, so she wants to touch it.
Didn't they like release some like sequel to a sequel to a sequel to one of the Ring movies where Samara winds up on the internet and destroys the internet and like destroys the world in like half an hour or something?
I feel like I've heard something like that.
Maybe we
I have no idea, I haven't watched.
Maybe we shouldn't have put the cursed movie on the computer. Maybe she's right. That's not. Do you think it's genuine?
Huh?
Well, the film's been giving me a bad feeling ever since we watched it.
That's why it got shelved, right? Not just that footage, but the entire project. They wouldn't have gone that far if it were just fictional.
まあな。
I guess so. Well, in any case, let's investigate the film. If it's real, how to get on film. Magari, be my operator. I need you to answer the phones while I go out.
Seriously? Can't you just do it yourself, director?
You're more familiar with the finer controls, aren't you? Come on. Please. Please, I'll be your best friend.
Fine. You better treat me to Korean barbecue or something after this, okay?
Alright.
Do we go to the editing room now then?
That's the only sensation we have that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Just go hide in our room instead.
Upon entering the editing room, the pair quickly loads the computer with the data they received yesterday. Short time later, everything's ready to go. Magari silently looks up at Yakumo.
Face identified.
Target acquired.
Wait, we need to select the face there?
Take the shot.
幽霊の映っているカットを再生してみてくれ。
You play the cut when the ghost shows up. Magari begrudgingly operates the editing computer, not even attempting to hide her disgust.
Okay, I'll repeat now.
なあ。
Dot 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 Oh my god, a ghost!
Ah! Yeah, it's really freaking clear.
やっぱりめっちゃはっきり映り込んでますよ。
Magari looks up at the ceiling as she groans like a barker at a festival. That's certainly a metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Behind her, Yakumo nods in admiration.
これは随分
It's
鮮明な画像
got
だな。
quite the vivid visuals, huh?
4K にテレシネして
Is
くれ
this
たの
a
か。
4K
さす
telecine
がテレ
transfer?
ビ局は仕事が
These
丁寧
stations
だ。
do some pretty thorough work.
いや、感心するとこそこじゃ
No,
ないで
that's
しょ。
not what I meant, dummy.
も
Not my fault you have no appreciation for your own craft, Magare.
Mm-hmm.
撮影場所を知りた
I
い
don't know
な。
where they filmed
現地
this.
を調べてみれば
Maybe we can
何
figure
かわか
something
るか
out
も
if
し
we
れ
go
ない。
there.
I mean,
う
honestly, a
画面
good,
奥に池が
a,
映って
a
ま
good
すけど
first step.
これだけじゃよくわからないっ
There's
す
a pond in the
ね。
middle of the screen, but that's not really enough to figure it out.
Maybe we can look at the specific genus of, like, tree in the background, or a specific species of pond scum in the pond or something.
他に手がかりになりそうな背景が映り込んでる箇
With the
所
pond scum.
はと
What other clues are there in the background? Hmm.
Magari moves the bar to rewind the video a bit. Bringing the video back to the cut of the woman walking down the road towards the camera.
ここより前のシーンは
Any scenes before this one?
ないっすよ。
No,
本来守秘義務が
due to
オンタラガンタラ
non-disclosure
で
something or
必
other,
要最
we
低
were
限の
only
シ
given
ー
the
ンデ
bare
ータしか
minimum
も
scene
らえな
data.
かったっすもん。
そっ
I
か。
see.
I feel like I see something to the right there at the bottom right corner.
Well, apparently the game agrees with you.
Yeah.
Do we
Now
want to
that we
start
have this-
there or end there?
I'd almost say end there because it seems like the clearest option, and I like to explore all options first before going for the obvious right one.
Yeah, that lines up with how I prefer to do things. So,
Yeah.
we want to go left
What-
or right?
Sure. Let's start with the face.
Take a shot. I don't recognize
Again.
I don't recognize her face at all. But her acting is so natural, she must be a trained actress. Even if she's a no-name.
I really am feeling like none of this is actually acted.
They've emphasized this point twice now, and if we line that up with what you said about the framing on the truck, it would not make sense.
We'll see. I'm going with that expectation right now that this is not acted.
It'd be great if we could talk to her, but good luck finding her after 10 years.
If we could find out who she is, and then we find out that she actually died from being hit by a truck.
Do we want to look at the face again to see if there's any filler data?
Actually, yeah, good idea.
To recognize the face.
Seems to be the same.
Survey says no. Okay, let's look at that tree. That is a nice-ass tree. I try looking in the forest, but find nothing particularly identifiable. Places like this are a dime a dozen in Shimane. And to think I left my bird-watching manual at home.
I don't think there's that many birds to be spotted in this rain.
Everyone knows birds dissolve in water. Okay, what's on the floor over here? Central area has paved asphalt, but they can't see what footpath boundaries or white lines are present. Burnt Southpaw, thank you. Who the guest host? I the guest host.
Yes, you the guest host. Do you want to introduce yourself to Sponsorman in my chat?
I probably should. My name is Mitsuda Midoi. I am a forensic scientist VTuber from the world of mysteries, and also I am a occasional part-time, semi-productive translator of J-mystery novels.
Woo!
I stream at Mitsuda Midoi. I should probably remember. I have not. I'm just coming off a hiatus. I stream at Mitsuda Midoi at twitch.tv. I upload all of my VODs to Mitsuda Midoi channel on YouTube. And I post my translations on Mitsuda Midoi Translations at blogspot.com.
You can also find a link to his Twitch channel in my stream title right now, and he's also streaming.
I kind of took for granted they could figure that out for themselves.
I'll still point it out just in case, because the stream title is long. Not everybody looks it through all the way to the end.
Thank you for your interest, sponsor. Just your average side road. Nothing really out of the ordinary. You know what is out of the ordinary, though?
Sign.
It's a sign. An orangish image on a black background. I remember seeing it somewhere, but where? Magari, can you make that sign more clear? Looks like some sort of informational sign. Sounds tired.
He does sound tired.
Yes, that's.
Have you seen?
That's my gimmick. Thank you.
Have you seen how he looks? He also looks tired.
Yeah, I live in as I mentioned, I'm a forensic scientist from the world of mysteries, which means I do in fact live in a world where every work of mystery fiction ever created is a true story. I am very overworked. Did I read that line? I thought I read that line.
I don't know, actually. I lost track.
He just asked her to enhance. I already advanced.
Yeah. Sure, I'll magnify and sharpen it.
Computer, enhance.
This is very much exactly that.
Enhance.
Enhance.
I guess it's a lost cause.
No, enhance. Yeah, the original footage isn't focused there. It's so small you can hardly even see it.
Enhance!
Do you have an idea of what the sign could be?
An advertisement for hot dogs. I'm gonna think that's not it. I think I've seen it before. Somewhere that's said to be a ghost sighting spot, too.
Of course. Wait, so you mean it really is legit?
It's legit. It's too legit. It's too legit to quit. Calm down. Ghost sighting spots are pretty much chosen at random. It's not like anyone's actually seen a ghost there. Corey has just redeemed a head pat. Oh god, it's in my eyes. It's in my eyes.
There it is.
Those of you
Yeah,
on
I
Hope's chat have no idea what I'm reacting to. I'm sorry, I'll calm down.
At least I have an idea of what you're reacting to. I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I asked Rika to do it earlier, but she didn't.
Curse has foiled again.
Then again, I don't think Rika actually knew what I was talking about. I don't know if Rika has headbutted you before.
Hey.
So you say, but we've got one god on film here, don't we?
Well, I guess you've got a point. Okay, how about we walk around the city a bit?
Huh? Like, as in aimlessly? It's a mystery drama project set in Shimane, so it must be somewhere in the prefecture, sure. But Shimane is a pretty big place, you know?
It's very large and it's full of loads of incredibly great tourist spots we're going to highlight over the course of this game. No, you see, I remember seeing that sign around the place we picked up the film data. I don't remember where exactly, but it can't be far from here. Let's look at landmarks around the city of Matsue.
I don't know about this.
In that case, do you want to stay in the editing room and do an in-depth analysis of the film?
No, anything about that. I'll go.
Ghosts.
Ghost. We have options.
My god, okay, we can go... Now then, let's look for that sign, I guess. Cool, okay, we got... Lake Shinji, Matsue Castle, or the places we've been already.
There's Mihonosheki on the top right.
That is also very interesting.
Any ideas on where you would like to start?
Well, if we're looking for a pond, the one with the word lake in the name would probably be the first sensible option.
Yeah. Wanna go there?
Sure, if you have no objections.
Not really.
Alright. I hope it's within convenient walking distance. Lake Shinji, the 7th largest lake in Japan. It's so large we could use it as a water cooling treatment for a giant robot. And then the robot would have to get into Shinji. Come on, that was funny. Give me that.
I just don't like the sound of it.
The lake's surface silently shines and stirs in the faint wind.
Was there a spot somewhere here that resembles something in the film?
There's a pond or a lake, something. It might be around here, but...
Ah, isn't that Shimaneka?
I hate it. I want it dead.
Do you want me to voice act it, or do you want to voice act it? If it speaks, that is.
I kind of hope it doesn't speak. I don't want to have to humanize this thing any more than strictly necessary. Seemingly out of nowhere, Shimaneko appears before Yokomo and Nagane. Keeps moving its hands, as if attempting to communicate via charades. Oh god, it's presenting.
Okay, it doesn't speak, but it communicates. Whoosh.
Well, what's up? No. Not. Please help. The zipper is stuck. I have been stuck in this costume for 3 days.
Only 3 days? Rookie numbers.
Not here. Shimaneko communicates with surprisingly elegant and sharp gestures.
I guess this isn't the place, huh?
How do you know that?
ま、島根っこが言う
Well,
ならそうなんだ
Shimaneko
ろ
says so. I suppose it's not.
I hate this.
Okay, thanks, Shimaneko, and leave Lake Shinji.
We just have a Shimaneko just telling us whether we're in the wrong place or not. Like, it just knows all the answers. Why not just tell us the right answer then?
Doesn't have any opposable thumbs. There's a limit to how many sign language signs it can make.
I guess. Okay. What's
Feel-
our next bet?
I feel like if it's not that, it's probably Mihonoseki, but that is not a good reason to go there first, you know?
Mhm. We might get more encounters if we go to the wrong places. With Shimaneko, I mean.
Shimaneko is my favorite character.
I'm sure then.
Matsuo
So,
Castle?
one of... Yeah.
Alright.
Let's go Matsuo Castle.
Well,
ここは
Why are we here? Sure, there's a moat, but it's like completely different body of water from what was shown in the film.
the game's funders told us we had to highlight Matsuo Castle at least once as part of the Tourism Bureau.
でもここ一応心霊スポット
But
の井
there's a
戸がある
water
からな
well here that's known
も
as
し
a
かし
ghost
てと
sighting
思ったんだ
spot,
な
so we figured it was worth a shot.
心霊スポ
A
ット
ghost sighting spot, huh?
Guess that's what I just said. You see, during this place's construction, the southwest wall
裏肝
kept
にある石垣
mysteriously
が
collapsing.
何度積み上げて
We
も
examined the
崩
area
れてしまったそうな
closely.
錆びた槍が
They
突き刺
found
さった
a
まま
skull impaled upon a rusty spear.
Yep. Question mark?
ドクロを丁寧に
The
供
incident
養した
started when they
とこ
gave the skull a proper
ろよ
burial.
うやく異変は収
So
まっ
called
たんだ
last
が
minute well and now
その
stands
ド
where
ク
the
ロ
skull
が出
was
てきた跡地
found.
がこの城
Hey, that's enough of the scary stories. I'm worn out from the film already. More ghosts on my mind is the last thing I need.
お化け増やさないでほしい
まあどっちにしてもあの看
Well,
板があ
either
るの
way, it
は
looks
ここ
like
じゃ
that
ないみた
sign's
いだ
not here.
別の
Let's
場
go
所を探そう
somewhere else. Nagari's worn out, but Yagamo's in a good mood as they leave Matsue Castle.
Okay. Do you want to visit all the old places as well?
I was gonna ask if you wanted to do that.
It could be interesting to see if there's anything. It would be honestly really funny if it's literally just like right next to Shimane TV Archive Center, where we got the film. I don't think it's gonna be there, but it would be funny.
I agree on both accounts.
We could go visit them. Which one do you want to start with?
I was just gonna go left to right again, so that would be HQ and
Yeah.
the archive.
Seems reasonable. Let's do that.
Well,
Huh?
あれ
the moment they enter the the Shimane TV lobby, Magari lets out a faint murmur. Yagamo turns around and gives her a look. Magari tugs at his sleeve and motions at something with her eyes.
ん
Mhm. Yagamo follows her gaze to find...
I'm going to, before we move on, really quickly mention that I find it so funny that Makari also just has a clearly like branded like jersey for Shimane. This really selling the touristry.
You can't deny the game has a clear identity. There's the man.
The myth, the legend.
If this woman has any dialogue, I will voice her, because I
Alrighty.
think you have, like, pretty much everyone else in this scene except the protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Isagami's by the security gate, exchanging greetings with a beautiful woman. Yagamo and Magari can't hear them, but it seems those two had some business. Isagami's seen the woman off.
すんごい美人
She's
女優
so
さんすかね
beautiful. Is she an actress?
それにしちゃマネージャ
So
ー
it's
も
odd
連れ
that
ず
she's
一
alone
人
with
って
no
のは変だ
manager.
な
Isagami's all the way
磯
here と
上さ
see
ん
her
がここまで
off,
見
then
送り
she
に出
must
てるっ
be
てことは
pretty
かなり
important.
重要な人なんだろうが
Weird. Where have I seen that woman before?
I have a feeling.
Where indeed? I don't know. It could just be a finite number of faces the artist can draw. You don't know.
Yeah, it could also just be that.
As Yakumo rifles through his memories, the woman bows deeply to Isugami and leaves the building. Or at least the lobby.
Leaves the entire building. Confirmed. We can shoot him!
Yakumo calls out to Isugami in the lobby.
Isogami-san.
Isugami. And then, see, they said he did it, and he did it. You can trust the narrator.
Yep. Oh. Okay, so this Pink Panther theme is his theme song.
You know, I can't say it's not appropriate.
Yeah, it all makes more sense now. It all makes more sense now with the music. The moment he walks up, this song plays. It's his theme song. Oh, Maxi, when do you get here?
He looks like the sort of person who'd have it, like, actually just playing on a little unsilenced smartphone in his pocket.
And like this, the sound of this song really fits the image he feels like he wants to portray.
Yeah, just now, actually. Who was that woman you just saw off? She's beautiful enough to be an actress.
Oh, her? That was director Isaya Ibuse's manager. She certainly does have the beauty of an actress.
Isaya Ibuse? You mean the director Ibuse?
Wow, a big shot! I saw his newest work, The Neighbor Laughs at the Waning Quarter, not the Warning Quarter, just last week.
Yakumo and Magari can hardly contain themselves at the sound of Ibuse's name, but that's only to be expected. Isaya Ibuse is relatively young at around 40, but considered to be Japan's top film planner. He has even won several international awards. Oh yeah. Director Ibuse was a judge at the Asian Film Convention, too. So that woman's his manager, huh? That explains why she looks familiar.
So, what's a big shot manager like her doing here? You don't mean... It's exactly what you're thinking. Ibuse is one of the 3 director candidates for the TV drama project. Whoa, that's amazing! That means, if the project is greenlit, that Max could film a TV drama alongside someone like...
Now, don't get her chicks before they hatch. Remember what Isugami said yesterday? I guaranteed that I'll be chosen.
Huh? Oh, is that right?
Well, he's
obviously we're pushing...
Well, he's mature, he's responsible, he keeps his expectations in check. We seem to be doing better than the last game so far.
Yeah? Obviously we're pushing Maxi as hard as we can, but before we finalize the candidates, we have to get the project to go ahead. Oh, right. I see.
You can't make a movie if there's ghosts in it, that's just common sense.
Yeah, clearly. We really need to find out the truth of that film. Let's give it our best, director. Use this project to get your name out there. Land bigger jobs for the studio, so you can give me a raise too.
Yeah.
We can still shoot him.
I'm gonna take a look just in case. He actually does have additional dialogue. Isugami, does Director Ibuse's visit mean that he's already on board with the project?
Yeah, truth is, it's a pretty low budget project, so I didn't think he'd buy. But he agreed to it almost too easily. He's so eager. He's asking for a ticket to Shimane so he can begin location scouting immediately.
Suspicious. Incredible. I think a fan-favorite director would make heftier demands than that.
Did he find some part of this project attractive?
Maybe the dead body?
That's what I'm thinking. But he said something a little concerning, you see. It's time to redeem myself a decade later or something like that.
Okay,
it's almost like he was involved in the first.
They're laying it on very thick here.
Yeah.
Team.
Does that mean...
イブセ監督がペンディングになった
Director
ドラマ
Ibis
プロジェ
was
クトに関わっ
involved
て
in
い
the
たって
project
ことです
before
か
it got suspended.
Sounds like it. In fact, he seemed familiar with that film too.
Okay, at least the game isn't like insulting us or anything.
Yeah.
I feel better already. Yes.
Bigger cash.
In
In that case, we need to ask him what happened. Isagame, can you contact Director Ibuse for me?
No. Why not ask him directly instead? His flight should arrive in Shimane tomorrow, early in the afternoon.
What if he winds up getting murdered before then? Don't you know what kind of story you're in?
Like on the plane,
Hey, there have
or
been some
train, whatever he's taking.
there have been some fantastic murder on a plane mysteries over the years. Tomorrow, huh? Should we come here then?
No, he's checking into the Mihokan and Mihonashiki, so I think he'll be heading there first. I'll call his manager ahead of time. So head on over there tomorrow.
Will do. Thank you so much.
So now we have a reason to go to Mihonashiki later. Do we want to shoot him again?
I feel like 2 is probably the limit.
I'm gonna try just in case.
Okay.
There is new stuff.
Anyway, I never would have thought Director Ibuse was involved in the project 10 years ago. Is that before the explosion in popularity?
His breakout film was the Pareidolia Effect, which came out in 2011. That was 9 years ago, so before that he only did small budget purples. So I guess anyone watching his work could see his latent talent. His project manager at the time had a keen eye.
I see. Makes me think.
Okay, that I feel like might have been the last one because that was so short. I shoot him a 4th time just in
Yeah,
case.
no, it's...
Yeah,
that's,
that was... I accidentally shot him a 5th time.
No,
I have it out for him.
So did I. Alright, let's make play trees and get out of here.
So,
To the
Archive Center.
Sure, why not? Well,
clearly it is worth visiting these places as well, so...
Sayama sorting through a pile of videotapes in the archive room. He doesn't hide the annoyance in his face when he sees Yakumo and Nagata enter. I like this guy, I see a lot of myself in him.
Nah, he has similar vibes.
Busy right now. What do you need?
ああ、いえ、
Oh, I just
例の
found
フィルム
something
に
out
つい
about
て
the
ちょっ
film,
と分かっ
so
た
I
こと
thought
があ
I'd
った
give
ん
you a
で、
heads up.
一応お知らせしとこ
You found something out.
う。ね
Yes,
どうもあのフィル
you've
ム、
uncovered a
撮影
possibility
した
that it
のは
was
イ
filmed
ブセ
by
監督の
director
可能性が出て
Ibuse.
きたんです。
Oh, so it pays that we did it in this order.
Neat. Ibuse. You mean the Izaya Ibuse? Guess I was expecting to hear the name of such a big shot. Does that reveal connect to the identity of the woman in the film somehow?
いえ、そ
No.
れは分かりません
At
が、
least not at this
ご本人
point.
から話を聞けば
Maybe we can
何か
figure
分かる
something
かも
out
し
if
れ
we
ま
ask
せん。
director Ibuse directly. Well, hopefully he talks. Nothing else in particular to say, Sayama turns his back to Yagamo and heads back to work.
We didn't get to shoot him again, we got kicked out.
Interesting, though, that we had the option to tell him.
Mm-hmm. Should we visit the studio or head to Mihoneshiki now?
I mean, the studio is just where we came from. I will be very
Yeah.
surprised if there's anything there.
That's why I'm questioning.
I say
It
we
could
head
be
out on
worth
the
a check.
road.
Okay.
Alright.
Mihoneshiki.
Mihonoseki.
We get to choose further where we go in Mihoneshiki, oh my gosh!
I mean, we're allowed to
can go
choose
to-
whether we want to go to Mihonoseki and Mihonoseki.
I think we want to go to Mihoneshiki in Mihoneshiki.
Mihonoseki, 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 Mihonoseki. It's like Buffalo, you know?
Yeah.
ここの青石畳、うちら子供の頃に見に来ましたよ。
This brings me back. I saw Oughta my street back when I was a kid.
俺もだ。
Me too.
今でもこ
I
の
still
通りの
like the
感じ
feel
は
of
好
this
きだな。
street. Stone pavements especially beautiful on rainy days.
子供の頃の水木しげる
Shigeru
先生
Mizuki
も
wrote about how his grandmother would bring him here as a child in Nanoba.
石畳の石
He
がす
said
ご
the
く巨大
stones
に見
looked
えたとか。
gigantic.
水木しげる
Was
先
Shigeru
生
Mizuki
って
the guy who did
北の人
Kitaro?
でしたっけ？
そう。
Yeah,
商家
it's
が
a childhood
ここから
home's
近いんだ。
nearby, though it's
県境
technically across the border in Tottori Prefecture.
それにゲゲゲの女
Also,
房でも
Mihanoseki
日本
shows
の
been
席が出てく
Gekiko
る。
no Nyobo.
Huh.
島根も
So even Shimane has been setting for some TV dramas, huh?
I feel like that would probably be true, otherwise we'd be trying to do something historically unprecedented.
おいおい。
Mm.
ドラマだけじゃなくて
Hey, it's not just TV dramas, but movies too.
いくつもあるぞ。
There's Castle of Sand, and railways, and...
So, about this game clearly having its identity. We're just selling like what else you could have heard about us from. What's up?
どうかしたんすか？
思い出した。
Just remembered
あの看板。
that sign.
映画だ。
A movie. That sign was meant to mark the location filmed for a movie.
映画。
A movie? So, was the sign like a movie poster or something?
そう。
Yeah,
その先
in the
で
last scene of the movie, the
ラストにヒロインが
heroine,
四つ平坂に向かうんだ。
the heroine, that's the word, Mitsu, heads to Yamotsuhirasaka.
そうか。
Yamotsuhirasaka, that's where the sign
確かにあ
was.
そこにあの看板
Damn it,
が
I
立ってた。
completely forgot when we went to go get the film.
取材に行ったのにす。
Sorry, but I've never even heard of the place.
行けばわかるさ。
You'll know when we get there, it's not too far from here. Let's head there. Right now. Right now, do not stall. Bright daylight, come on, move, 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 come on. Go, 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 move, 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 get the light out.
So, where was it?
I'm gonna guess it's in Mihonoseki, because that's where we,
Why did we... No, I see Yamato Hirashaka. New. Bottom right.
Oh, it's underneath your little PNG. That's
Wait. Oh, you're playing it through... You're viewing it through OBS, are you?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
my TV's over in the like the other room. I don't feel like getting up and trying to stream from the laptop.
Yeah, I have it set in a way where the capture card shows the thing in a different window on my PC, and then I capture that window on OBS.
Fascinating,
So
Captain.
I'm playing through that other window, so nothing gets hidden because of OBS for me.
On the ride to Yamotsu Hirasaka, Nagari mutters as she looks out the window.
Yay!
結局、よもつなんとかって
So,
のは
what exactly
どんな
is this
場所なの？
Yamotsu whatchamacallit? Some sort of ghost sighting spot?
Yamotsu Hirasaka. It's basically the boundary between our world and Yomi, the underworld.
Yeah,
それじゃマジで
that
やば
sounds
い
like
場
a
所じゃない
seriously messed up place.
マジ
We're
で
like
そんなとこ行くんです
seriously
か？
going there?
I mean, the Ceiling Club pulled it off, and neither of them died, as far as we know. Calm down, it's just a myth. Yeah, this country was created by the Merid gods Izanagi and Izanami. You've played Persona 4, right?
I think I've heard of them, but I'm not sure.
You uncultured Philistine. When the wife Izanami died, the grieving Izanagi wanted to bring her back to life somehow, and headed deep underground to Yomi. To revive Izanami, Izanagi would have to talk with the god of Yomi, so he had to wait there. He was told not to look at Izanami, but he did.
Oh boy, I guess men have always been perverts, huh? That the lesson?
Dirty story. It's not a dirty story like what you're thinking. But he had rotted away with time, so she was kind of like a zombie.
What?
Embarrassed and enraged at being seen like that, Izanami sent many monsters to chase after Izanagi. After escaping the surface, it's said that Izanagi sealed the hole with the Chibiki stone.
それじゃあ今から行くよもつひら坂っていうの
So
は
this Yamotsu Hirashaka place we're heading to.
It's the entrance to Yomi, albeit sealed.
What? Hey! So it really is a messed up place. It's probably haunted too. I'm gonna end up like that film. I don't wanna go to a for real haunted place.
Look, it's just a myth. Hey, let go of my arm. Watch it.
And then we collided in a traffic accident and the game ends here.
And they all died. Well, that was rude film. It was significantly shorter than the previous game, but you know what? I think I enjoyed it.
Last words from Magari. No! Crash. Even faded to black.
Magari screams in vain as they continue the ride to Yomotsu Hirasaka. Well, here we are, Pismo Beach, now the clams we're gonna eat.
なんとも言えない雰囲気
Not sure what, but there's something about this place's atmosphere.
Hey, come on already. This is definitely the place. Sign's right there. Despite her grumbling, Yakumo convinces Magari to get out of the passenger seat. That is definitely a sign, alright. The sign stands in front of them.
Dun dun dun. It can stand on its own.
フィルムに映り込んでたやつ
Oh, that's definitely the design.
も全く一緒
It's
で
the
す
same color scheme and location as in the film.
So, in other words, the scene where the actress is walking started right here. Nearby pond side is where...
出たってことっすか
Thing came out right.
The sign set up with the Chibiki stone sealing the entrance to Yomi. Yomotsu Hirasaka. Let's go. I think there's a pond on the way to the hill. That might be the pond where the ghost stood.
本当に出たのどうしたんすか
What do we do if it actually shows up?
幽霊じゃない
You can fight people, but not ghosts.
Well, not with that attitude. Come on, it's not gonna show up. Let's go. It's not this pond, is it? It's too small compared to the one on film. On the way up the hill, Yakumo mutters as he looks at the small, muddy green pond to the right. Small, muddy green. That's too many adjectives. I don't like that line.
Aw.
Sensing the presence of people, a koi fish has surfaced and started flapping its lips.
How dare it.
Feed me.
No.
I crave flesh.
Throws margarine there.
As Yakumo looks at it, Magari suddenly lets out a strange voice behind him.
Whoa!
That was definitely a line read from the actual actress.
I did not hear it, but I believe you.
What's wrong?
There it is! There it is! There! Over there!
Magari cries out incoherently as she tugs on the sleeve of Yakumo's jacket. Where's... What? Magari points to a lone white figure standing atop Yomotsu Hirasaka's hill among the trees.
So, this is clearly not the ghost from what we can already see.
I mean...
Imagine just actually... What? Do you think this is the ghost?
No, I was about to say... I was just saying, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. But imagine just like walking... Like going out for a walk. Going out for a hike. And suddenly you encounter two other people who just see you and start screaming and pointing at you in fear.
And I'm actually fairly used to it at this point. Anyway, it's clearly a young woman with long black hair, even though her CG model possesses hair that is neither long nor black.
Yeah, that is. It could be black, but with like lighter color because of the, like, you know, not all black hair is always colored black because it's make it easier to see. But that's like what many video game character creations would call short hair for women.
No.
Huh?
Mari.
Maggie, go! Go!
Hey, what? What are you pushing me for? Why don't you go instead?
Just shut up and go get a closer look.
Hey, you done? Stop pushing! Hey! I can hear the punching, basically.
White figure starts slowly stirring, perhaps reacting to the sound of Yoguru and Maggie jostling around with each other. Now, children, violence is never the answer. For their eyes.
But they said you can beat up people but not ghosts, so the answer is beat up the other people and use them as bait.
Figure slowly turns around.
That's even funnier because in the CG right now she's already facing them, so if she turns around she sees how they act and turns around to leave. Look at that long black hair.
It's so long and black.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's just a tourist. I'm all worked up for nothing. Do you want to be here or?
Sure, we'll alternate. I'm sorry. Did I startle you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not at all. I wasn't mad. Please don't tell the audience I got mad. My assistant here just jumped to conclusions. Good grief, you dumbass.
Ow!
After lightly smacking Magadi in the forehead, Yagama puts on the cruelest face he can muster and turns back to the woman. By the way, what's a woman like you doing sightseeing at a place like this?
I want to imagine he actually mutters Smolder under his breath, and that's why it's in parentheses. It's like he actually says it out loud. It's just quiet. Smolder.
Smolder. Suppose it is odd, huh? This is the boundary between this world and the next, correct? I want to go die.
Woo!
So I was wondering if you could mail a letter here and have it reach the dearly departed. So I came to see this place with my own eyes. Oh, you mean the letter to heaven mailbox? You know, I know they really needed to make a sequel to Stairway to Heaven after the first song got so good, but I think they took it in a weird direction.
Letter to Heaven.
Letter to Heaven Mailbox is a collaboration between the Higashi Izuma Lions Club and the Yomotsu Hitasaka Grounds Preservation Committee. The HOC and the Yomotsu Hitasaka is the boundary between worlds. Many visitors reflect on their dearly departed, and thus the mailbox was established in 2017. When I got here, it was so quiet and mysterious. So much so that I feel like a letter could actually reach heaven from here. Don't mind me asking. Did you write a letter for someone precious?
No, someone not so precious.
Well, let's see. Person most precious to me. Why are you turning off the sun to tell us this?
I'm wondering the same. A lot of silence. So many dots.
Get on with it. It's perfectly fine.
Why the freaking suspense on that so much?
I think that's what they in the visual novel community refer to as a joke.
I feel like it would have been used a little bit too much with the anticipation.
I see you tremble with anticipation. What? friends and family are all alive. Even my grandparents are all perfectly healthy. I just heard the story about this mailbox and thought it sounded lovely. Oh, I see. Is that all? I suppose it's romantic, huh? Yes, I'm quite satisfied from what I've seen here. Now, if you'll excuse me. Okay, take care. Have a safe trip. See you next fall. Don't forget to write. Smile and a light mood, the woman leaves. Yaguma sees her off with a dumb smile and a wave.
If you're telling her, don't forget to write, when you were just talking about sending letters to the dead, do you think you just triggered a death flag for yourself?
We can only hope. Marguerite stares wearily at the sight of him.
Okay, I wanna investigate the mailbox first.
Alright, if you say so. The letter to heaven mailbox stands silently in the sun, filtering between the trees. It must be full of emotional, heartfelt letters.
And now the woods.
I was kind of hoping we could go through the mail. There's a small pond up ahead on the road. It's not the pond in the film, it should be bigger. Unless
Right
it
up.
just, you know, evaporated a bit because it's summer.
Yeah,
Is it summer?
like it could.
It looks kind of like summer. I don't remember if they mentioned that.
It's clearly winter. I
Clearly.
mean, just look at it. So much green can only be seen in winter.
The mailbox again?
I already left, but I can also see if I can come back.
Letters to
Is
heaven,
that-
huh?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll send one of my own someday. And we're probably done here.
Yeah. That was kinda nothing.
Clearly it must have triggered and knocked something loose.
We met a new person.
My gut's telling me we gotta go back and talk to someone from Shimane TV. See
Yeah,
if they
the-
can give
in-
us something.
The interesting part is that our headquarters are gone. Like our studio.
Oh shit, the building evaporated, oh god.
Yeah, our studio got destroyed because we went to Yamato Hirashika clearly.
We want to go to the headquarters of the archive.
Let's visit the archive, I'd say.
Alright.
Maybe we can talk about having an idea where the pond might be.
Sayama's still at it with the pile of videotapes. I think I should interrupt him. Yaguma leaves the
Damn.
archive room without speaking to him. Okay, sure, fine. Ignore my brilliant plan. I see how it is.
So, headquarters then?
It's the best idea I've got. The Shamane TV lobby. Isagami's chatting with receptionists. Must be a slow day.
それにしても当時は
Let's shoot him.
なるほど
Yeah. Okay, castle?
Don't see why, but I don't have any better ideas.
I don't see why either, but at least the mascot didn't tell us that's the wrong place, so we could have an encounter there.
そうだったなんで松江城に来ちまったんだ
Huh? I thought we were going to Yamato Hirashika.
We were. So why did we come to Matsue Castle?
Gotta hurry before it gets dark, come on! But we already went there!
Maybe,
Okay, what-
maybe I was right. Maybe we did just have to investigate the lake repeatedly over and over again until
Maybe.
Yaguma figured it out.
I'm going back to Yamato Hirashika and see if we missed something.
Matsuhita Saki is so quiet you can't even hear the trees stirring, nor the birds chirping.
You know, the main character is doing very well. At this point, the old one had insulted at least 4 people in their face. Yup, in comparison to Root Letter, this is not a rude film.
I mean, we had an entire the main protagonist's pervy arc, and he didn't even attempt to like physically touch anybody, which means we are in the top 1 percentile of all visual novels at this point.
Imagine that. This is a really fine fellow in comparison.
Does feel like a place that leads to Yome. I want to look at this lake again. I feel like I'm onto something.
Did you investigate the woods in Yamotsu Hirashaka again a second time?
You mean the that's what I was doing, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Yakumo and Magari searched for the place that the ghost showed up on a film.
Like, we investigated the mailbox twice, but we didn't investigate the woods twice, and clearly that was our problem.
Was an indication that time had passed, so it probably can't be far from here, but...
Director, it says there's a bigger pond nearby called Tosui.
Okay, my rationale was completely wrong, but we got there in the end, so it's fine. Really?
Yeah, see?
Nagari shows Yagumo the map on her phone. Sure enough, there's a pond called Tosui nearby. It's pretty close, huh? Okay, let's go.
Sure.
And then we did. We followed Nagari's map to Tosui. There, we find the exact same scenery they saw in the film. Except that for some reason it's been filled with lime-flavored Gatorade. This is...
different shades of green. All around, without a doubt.
My god, Nickelodeon has been here. Hey, Magari, go stand there by the pond, over where the actress was.
What? What if the ghost shows up?
Then that'll prove the film was real. If anything happens, I'll save you. So come on.
That's rich coming from someone who was just shoving me over a false alarm. Yakumo will shove Magari into the water if the ghost shows up.
There's no water here, it's just green paint. We've been over this. A face full of
green.
displeasure, Magari timidly steps up to the side of the pond.
It's just asphalt painted green.
It is very
That's why the ghost could
still.
stand. That's why the ghost could stand there. It wasn't ever water, it was just asphalt.
Yakumo forms a frame with his fingers and checks her against the background. The frame was composed like this, right? Means the camera was placed around here.
Keep an ear out for trucks.
Now, after taking a few steps back, Yakumo determines where the camera might have been and then takes a look around. It's strange.
What's wrong?
Magari, this cut of the film had a window frame on camera, right?
Yep. I was thinking the same. Yeah, the camera was indoors, facing out. But there's no building here. Oh, that wasn't me anymore. How dare I?
There's no building here.
So, did they build a set then?
Did they? That would make sense, but it would be entirely too easy. The director must have had some sort of reason to go out of their way to do an indoor camera. But what? Can't think of any. I mean, we literally haven't actually seen the movie, so we don't know what the context of that scene was, but...
Yeah.
And then we were home.
Bum bum bum.
After nightfall. Done with today's investigation, Magari and Yakumo look through the film again in the editing room.
No matter how many times I watch it, the real deal is just too intense. What's the plan? Surely we pinpointed the filming location, but...
Top priority is to interview Director Ibase when he arrives here tomorrow. Oh, and... Call Kanade, the cameraman, for me. We're filming.
お、
Oh?
やりますか。
We are?
Yeah, it's literally the thing we're paid to do. It's best we try filming for ourselves. Load up the lighting and the spare camcorder into the van just to be safe. Tell Kanade to meet us on location at 10 a.m. Got it?
了解っす。
Roger.
As soon as he decides they'll be filming, Yakumo starts excitedly instructing Magari. He seems kind of happy in Magari's eyes.
But only in Makari's eyes, not for real.
I can relate.
Yakumo Part 1, Chapter 2.
Yakumo Part 3, Chapter 2, Part 1. And Knuckles. Featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Whoa, I'm so freaked out. Hey, director, this thing's shaking like crazy.
揺れるんですけど。
I feel like we can disprove this one by just actually looking at the footage we already have. Don't worry, just keep going forward.
いや、もっと
Forward?
前って。
But that's where the ghost was floating. That's even scarier than the
よ
shaking.
りそっちが嫌っすよ。
I understand how you feel, but you're the only one who can do this job. So I'm counting on you.
ちょっともっともらしいけ
What?
ど、わけわ
I
から
mean,
んっすよ。
yeah, that sounds plausible, but still. Wow!
Nagari's spreading her arms wide for balance as she crosses a long plank laid over Tosui. It seems they're trying to recreate a cut from the film.
Is,
こんなもんで
is
いい
this okay?
What do you mean seems, narrator? Aren't you the one who knows what's going on?
No.
Who gave you permission to explain this shit if you don't even get what you're talking about? What do we pay you for?
The narrator knows nothing. The mascot we met earlier is the one who actually knows the stuff. But the mascot can't narrate, it can't even speak.
Do you know for a fact that it can't speak as opposed to just choosing not to in that one scene?
That is true, but also if it refuses to speak, it still can't narrate, because it refuses to.
What if it's refusing to speak because hearing its voice and seeing it at the same time would expose its identity?
That may be true, because I have a strong idea of what kind of voice I would give it, and that would be a very strong indicator of identity, somehow. I don't know how, but somehow.
Anyway, perfect. Okay, I'll be a stand-in for the actress. Kanade, you ready?
We haven't even seen Kanade. What kind of voice does Kanade have? I can be Kanade, but what kind of voice does Kanade have? What does Kanade even look like?
You took one assistant, I'll take the other.
Okay,
here
you
we
take
go.
the other then.
3, 2, 1, start! As they finish shooting, Yakumo yells, "Cut!" And they quickly proceed to check the footage.
We still don't see Kanade properly.
どうすかね。
How's it look?
At the very least, it doesn't look like we've caught a ghost on film. Okay. We've checked what we need to do. Sorry for calling you out here so suddenly. You're a big help.
これで何かわか
Okay,
り
I
そうっすか
really hope all of Kanade's lines are just at this point. So, did you learn anything from that?
I don't know. For now, let's compare it against the original film in the editing room. We didn't get permission to shoot, so let's break it up quick. Not gonna get the data off the SD card.
了解っす。
Roger!
Criminal filming. A hot-headed film director on the edge who doesn't play by the rules.
Sounds like Max Yakumo, alright.
They quickly pack up the equipment and the plank and load everything into the van. Alright, back to the studio.
I presume, yeah?
Well.
Or do we go to Mihonoseki first? Because we were supposed to meet that one
No,
guy there.
we're doing the editing first. We've got the film.
Okay.
Oh, well.
So editing room.
よしマガリ
Okay, okay.
今日撮影した
You
映像
set
と
up a side-by-side
映像
preview
を
of the
並べて
original
プレビューしてみ
film
て
and the video we shot today.
了解。
Roger.
Nagari quickly pulls up the video they shot today on the computer. Then pulls up the original film data and puts them side by side on the monitor. Rick has redeemed another hydrate.
Dun dun dun. I think I can sense one coming my way as well, yes. Thank you for the drink.
Also, hold
I
on,
drank it.
my audio alert didn't go off. Do I need to reset this? Did this get desynced when we...
Maybe during the stream troubles you had for a moment?
That's what I was thinking. Hold on, I'm gonna
Yeah.
relaunch this real quick. Anyway, there's stuff on the screen. Would you like to look at some of it?
No, actually, let's just exit and leave this here. How about that? Which one would you want to start with?
I want to look at the board just to get out of the way that no, we have not explained how
Alright.
the ghost was there.
Yeah, let's do that.
そういえばこの木の板気
Oh,
になってたんです
right.
けど
I've been wondering
どう
about
し
the
てこん
plank.
なの
How'd you come
思
up
いつい
with
たん
that?
ですか
いや
Oh,
単純な話
simple.
さ
It was the only thing I could
池
stand
の
of that
上
would
に
create
立つ
the
なんて
effect
のを
of
実現するには
standing on
こういう手
water.
しかないだろうと思う
I'm pretty sure we could come up with some other explanations.
At the very least, use a plank made of transparent plastic so it won't show from the film permanently. After all, the ghost's floating, but it looks like it's got its feet firmly on the pond's surface.
うん言
Oh,
われてみ
now that
れ
you
ば
mention it,
今回は木の
Use
板
a
を使っ
plank
た
this time, but you could use something clear like an acrylic plate too. Oh my god, this protagonist is so competent I can't make jokes about him.
yeah,
This is-
he's actually really good in comparison to some others.
Many
others.
This is a new experience for me. I don't know how to commentate over this.
This reminds me of one of my favorite mystery protagonists, Soul Set, which surprised me very positively. If you haven't played it, it's a nice indie one that I recommend. Because with that one, in many cases, the things that I was thinking of, actually the protagonist also brought up pretty soon. So it felt like we're actually on the same page, unlike with many protagonists who just are missing things constantly. And here you as well mentioning the using something transparent, and Yakuma actually brings that up, that like, yeah, you would use something like that. We just used something else for this one.
Soul Set by No Bread Studio?
I don't remember the studio, so I'll check.
SOULSET, no spaces.
Yeah, that sounds correct. No Bread Studio, yes.
Alright, I'll
Each-
have to keep one eye on that.
Yeah, it's one of those that like I had no expectation for it. I just saw it and had been curious and found it on sale. And each one of those that most positively surprised me, and I've recommended it to a couple of people.
Alright.
It's one of those that it has like multiple routes, but to get the like full truth of everything, you kinda have to play through all routes, and it's more or less explained in universe how that also works. So it's like the full game is the full mystery that you unravel.
Neat. Anyway, acrylic plates. But since the film is shot during a downpour, you can't see the surface of the water at all.
ってことはやっぱ
So
り
you
このフィ
mean
ルムは
the
トリ
film
ッ
was a
ク
trick after all?
断定はで
I
き
don't
な
know
い
for sure.
が
That's the assumption I've been working on for the investigation.
でも
But
だとした
wouldn't
ら
it be weird for a mystery drama to use a horror movie trick? Besides, if it was just a trick, why would it get shelved?
おかしな話だし。
いや
Well,
10年前
there has to be another
この
reason
ド
why
ラ
the
マシリー
series
ズ
was
がペンディングにな
shelved.
った理由には
That's still my thoughts about the
そ
truck.
んな単純な話じゃない
Can't be as simple as a curse or a
闇に
ghost.
葬らなけ
It's
ればな
gotta
らな
be
い
a
ような秘密が
secret. Someone wants hidden. That's a weird place to put a pause.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm satisfied with how that turned out. What next?
Yeah. I wanna leave the faces for last, so let's go to the water.
Alright, the pond's surface. The forbidden Gatorade. Light reflects on the surface of the pond, causing its rippling waves to shimmer. Doo-doo-doot. What a peaceful sight. Definitely doesn't seem like somewhere a ghost would show up.
Very simple.
Neat.
Which face? Let's go for Magari first, I say.
Okay.
ここ妙だな
This part looks strange.
妙って
Strange?
あんなバランス悪いと
Let's
ころ
see
に
you
出さ
try
れたら
standing
こ
there
う
without
なり
losing your
ますっ
balance.
て。
いや
No, that's
そう
not
じゃ
what
な
I
くて
meant.
フィルムに映った
Ghosts
幽
seem
霊とマガリ
quite
を
a
比
bit
較すると
bigger than
かなり
you.
幽霊の方が大きく
Calling
映
her
ってる
short like that.
そういえば
I mean, he's
Now
right.
that you
めっちゃでかい
mention it,
女の
that
幽
ghost
霊
was
なん
a
すか
big
ね
ass woman, wasn't it?
Every time I see a word with a hyphen in it like that, I just mentally shift the hyphen over one word. So instead of a big ass woman, it's a big ass woman.
Big ass woman.
いや
Now, it's unclear due to the rain.
池の向
The
こう
ghost
岸
of
も
the
フィルム
film
の方
seems
が
to
手
be
前にあるよう
closer
に
to
見え
the
るな
camera.
うんそれって
You mean-
もしかして
圧縮効果
It's lens compression. Lens compression. An effect that causes objects in the background to seem bigger when using a telephoto lens than when using a normal lens.
つまり
So basically,
元の
you
フィ
mean
ルム
in
で
the
はこの
original
カット
film,
は
this
望
cut
遠
was
で
shot
撮
with
影
a
されたって
telephoto
こ
lens?
とですか
That is a strange artistic decision.
And we have memorized it.
I got my eyes! So that means the building could have been
そういうことになるな。
significantly further away than where we were checking.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
でもこのカットで女優さんをちゃんと見せ
If
たい
the
なら
cut's supposed to
望遠は
focus on
効
the
果的とは
actress,
思えないで
it
すけど
wouldn't make sense to use a telephoto lens. Once again, going back to my theory that it wasn't actually acted, which added to why it would have been inside a building, is that it wasn't actually like filmed in secret instead of like actually with the actress's knowledge, which would possibly feed into why it would have used like a telephoto lenses from like much further away from the building.
If you didn't want to get seen good inside a building and from far away would be the way to go.
Yep. So that's feeding into my theory of it wasn't acted.
All the pieces are coming together.
俺もそう思う
Yeah.
少なくとも俺なら
That's
使
why I
用し
didn't
ない
use
し
it at today's
現に
shoot.
今日の撮影でも使っ
Maybe
て
they
ない
wanted to make the pond in the
池と風景
background
をちゃん
seem
と
more
映した方が印象
visually
的だからな
impressive.
映像監督
Also a good enough theory, but I like mine
無意
more.
味なことはしないもんだ
Every detail has a purpose in a director's
何
eyes.
か望遠を使って撮影する意図があったってことだ
Telephoto lens was intentional.
それは
You mean...
Hmm.
Hmm,
マガリーもう
Not
一
gonna
度例
rewind
の
the
フィル
film
ムの
once again,
幽
just
霊
a
が出
bit
現するカ
before
ッ
I
トを
cut
少
with
し手
Ghost
前から
Spears.
okay.
Agony brings up the film and drags the bar to the scene as instructed.
豪雨の中を歩く女優そして雷鳴で
Actress
画
is
面が
walking
ホ
in
ワ
the
イトアウ
downpour.
ト
With a thunderclap, the screen fades to white. I got my
そ
eyes.
して次の
In
瞬
the
間
next moment,
現
the
れる
ghost
幽霊
appears, huh?
か。マガリー、画面がホワイトアウ
Margaret,
トしてる時
how
間は
long does the screen say white?
完全にホワイ
Let's
トアウト
see.
して
The
るの
full
は
whiteout lasts
23
23 frames or
ですかね。
just under a second.
その間に
But if they
何
used
か
some
トリ
sort
ックを
of
施して
trick
幽
during
霊を
that
出
window
現
of
させた
time
と
to
すれ
make the
ば
ghost appear,
それ厳しくない
In
ですか？
less than a second?
たった1秒
How's
足
that
らず
even
じゃ無理
possible?
あるっしょ。
That's not
例
even
え
enough
ばワ
time
イヤ
to
ー使っ
drop
て
it from
中
midair
古か
using
ら
a
下ろす
wire.
のも時間足りないっすよ。
まあそうなんだが。
yes, you've got a point, but
I have one possible idea for it.
lay it on me.
You mentioned something like appearing in a mirror before. The ghost might not actually be there on the lake. The more question is the reflection on the lake on how to do it, but otherwise this could be a reflection of something behind the camera on the window.
That would, if you involve a window, that's honestly like gonna be my first theory for literally anything. So,
It could be very much viable in this case because this is purposefully filmed behind a window. So that might not be on the lake. The reflection is more the question, like underneath the ghost.
did we? Was there one of those? I didn't see one.
Well, you can. Are you still on the screen?
Everything's black right now.
Okay. If you can see from my screen or anything, there is a little bit of a reflection. It doesn't like show much, but from where the feet are on the lake, you see a reflection of the feet and the hem of the dress. Just a little bit.
Okay, I see it. I see it. Mhm.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure it could be recreated in some way, but that's my one
there's
guess.
ways. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's the easiest, like, solution right now to how to create that. That would also, once again, feed into the possibility of this wasn't acted, because the actress never even knew about the ghost, because it wasn't actually out there on the lake. It was all just inside without the actress's knowledge. And then accidentally they ended up filming a truck running over someone.
Don't worry, she's in another world now.
Mhm.
A lens compressed frame. An unnatural whiteout. There's something we're missing here.
Okay, I guess that's it. Anything else you want to investigate?
さて、
そうだな。
Let's see. Feels like we're missing something. Can't remember what. Well, we can just check what I do remember.
We didn't investigate the face of Yakumo yet. Do we get to do that? No. Can we go back?
We could if you really desperately want to.
I do want to know what it would say about it, because that's like the only thing we didn't investigate about it.
どうします？もっぺん例の映像を確認してみます？
Okay. They just tell us let's not do that
特
now.
に当てもなく
Nah.
Alright.
We missed out on dialogue.
Curse is foiled again. Do we have to go answer that director interview now, do you think?
In Mihonoseki or where?
I think it's Mionoseki. I can't
Yeah.
think of a better alternative.
If you mean the Ibushi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mihokan, is that where we need to go? I think so. I think that's the place he was said to stay in.
Well. A historic hotel overlooking Aoshitatami Street, designated as a national treasure.
Whoa,
Please spend
this
all
is-
of your tourism money there.
は
This is such a nice
いい
place.
ですね。
あれだけの著名
If
監
you say
督
such a
だからな
famous director, it's only natural that
磯上さん
Isugami
も
booked
配
him a
慮して
fancy
いい宿を抑
place.
えたんだろう。
When they state their business at the front, they were immediately greeted by the woman they saw yesterday at the Shimane TV lobby.
ヤグモマックス様と
You, Mr.
マガリ
Max
アイナ
Yagumo
様
and
ですね。
Aine Magari. I'm
私、
Isuya Ibuse's
イブ先
manager,
生のマネー
Moname
ジャーをしておりま
Haishima.
す。
灰島もなみと申します。島根テレビの磯上
He's
様からお
informed
話を
me
伺
of
って
the
おります。
situation. Ibuse has just
イブセは
arrived,
先
so
ほど到着
please
しており
follow
ますので、
me.
こちらへどうぞ。
Please walk this way. Lady, if I could walk that way, I wouldn't need these pants or something.
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm not sure I understand either. With refined grace, Hashima leads them upstairs. In the room is a listless Ibuse, sitting in a chair.
Let's give him a list then.
ヤグも
Why the face?
磯上さんから話を聞いている。
I think I'm gonna be able to balance this out, but oh my gosh, what kind of voice do I give that's not too close to Ishogami? You're Max Yaguma, right? I heard from Ishigami.
My
That's the
God,
voice that comes to my
identical
mind.
twins separated at birth.
ついたばかりだ
Yeah, they have very similar
ヤグモのマックス
vibes.
です
Sorry to
I
barge
hate
in
it.
when you've just arrived. I'm Max Yagumo, and she's my assistant.
マガリアイヌです。
And
は
Magari,
じめまして。
nice to meet you.
覚えておられないで
You
しょうが
probably don't remember,
以
but
前
we've
一度
met
ご挨拶させていた
back
だい
at
ており
the
ます
Asian Film Convention.
覚えているよ。
I remember. You won the Excellence Award, right? I voted for you.
私も票を入れ。
覚えていていただけたと
Remember? It's such an honor.
Yeah, your film had a mysterious charm. It was brimming with spirit, and it had a faint scent
そ
of
れでいて
death.
どこか死の匂いがするような。
Is that a good thing?
死の匂い
A
ですか
scent of death. That does the dance for my question. It's clarifying for the confused Yagumo, Ibuse chuckles.
それで
Anyway, isn't that cursed film you want to ask about, eh?
あ
Yes.
素
So
材
that
管理センター
film in the
でそ
archive
のフィルムを
center,
拝見しました
one with the ghost-like woman floating on the...
そうだった
Yes, that's right.
確か
That
に
was
そんな映
indeed
像
on the
だ
film.
10
It's
年
been
前
10
のことだ
years,
が
but I remember it like it
よく
was
覚えているよ
yesterday. I
忘れ
can't
ようとして
forget
も
even if I
忘れられ
try.
るものじゃない。
Well, maybe you should try harder then.
ではあれはやはりイブセ監督が
You mean...
そう
Yes,
私が撮った
I
もの
shot it. I
呪
shot
われ
that
たフィ
cursed
ルムだ
film.
よ
My eyes!
Memorized.
Boop.
And because of it, the project was suspended.
あれのせいでドラ
I
マプロ
didn't
ジェ
even
クト
think
は
I'd
中止
hear about it 10 years
まさ
later.
か10年ぶりにその
Hmm.
教えていただけませんか
You tell us what happened when you filmed it.
なぜあんなものがフィ
Why
ルム
did
に映
something
っ
like
た
that show
の
up on film?
か監督はその理由に
That's
心当た
some
りがあるので
sort
は
of idea, right, director?
Hmm.
Hmm.
すまないよ
I'm sorry
あ
about
のフィルムは霊に
that
よって
film's
呪われ
cursed
てい
by a
るんだ
ghost.
Curses.
Which is
goes
why
to the
everyone
man.
involved. Which is why everyone involved swore not to disclose anything
関係
about
者
it.
一同で決して
So
何も
there's
こう君に話すことは
Nothing I can tell you.
何もない
そうおっしゃらず
Can you tell me why you're
お願いします、
wearing
監督。
that hideous jacket? Please don't say that. Begging you, director.
ここまでだ帰ってもらおう
That's all I have to say. Please leave. Especially after insulting my fashion choices.
Hmm. He has a hideous jacket, though. Yago and Magadi are kicked out of the room, gaining next to nothing for their efforts. As they droop their shoulders in dejection, Hashima apologetically bows her head.
ごめんなさいね。
I apologize on behalf of the director.
ちょっと気難しい
He
ところ
doesn't
があっ
budge
て
when he makes up his
言い出
mind.
したらテコでも動かない。
いえわざわざ会っていただいただけでも十分で
It's
すから
enough that he was willing to talk to us.
ごめんなさい。
I'm
ま
sorry.
た改めて機
I'll
会を
arrange for
作る
another
から
meeting, so
今
for
日は
today.
はい
Thank you.
失礼します
Now, if you'll excuse me.
します。
Thank you.
They wanted to see if Ibuse could tell them something that would serve as a clue. Instead, they leave Mihokan empty-handed as they silently walk down Ashitami Street. Then suddenly, Yaguma stops.
Huh?
どうしたんすか？
What's wrong, director?
そうだ。
Well,
確認しておきたいことが
just
残って
never
たんだった
remembered what it was that I wanted to
よう
check.
やく思い出した。
You want to check something? Director Ibus is not exactly in a talkative mood.
イブセ監
いや、
No, not
例の
with
フィルムだ。
him. With
あれ
the
に映っ
film.
ていたトラック。
Specifically, the truck.
あ、ト
Huh?
ラッ
The
ク
truck?
もう一度。
Let's check
あ
the
の映像
film
を確
one
認
more
するぞ。
time, Magari.
Imagine we can just see the license plate or something, and we didn't even think of that. Huh? Oh, okay.
I mean, at the very least, it looked like it had something printed on the side. We could just go up company.
Also true, I didn't actually think of that.
When Yaguma starts dashing to the parking lot, Magari frantically follows behind.
So, back to Matsue and our editing. Unless you want to take a stop somewhere else.
Nah, I'm actually invested in the mystery at this point. Bloop. Shocking, I know.
Mhm.
After returning to the editing room, Yaguma rushes to turn on the computer.
曲がり、トラックだ。
Magari, the
トラッ
truck.
クが突っ込ん
Bring
で
up
き
the
た
cup
カ
where
ード
the
出してくれ
truck slams into her.
Enhance!
ちょっと待ってください。
Okay, one second. This computer takes an eternity to boot up. Mood! My computer takes like half an hour to an hour to actually boot up.
Jesus, really?
Imagine yeah, my Windows got installed on the wrong drive, which is a really slow one. That's supposed to get fixed within like the next half a month, hopefully with the help of a friend.
One eternity later. Computer finally boots up and Magari opens the video software.
And to be honest, like to actually open up to the point where I get to like write in my password, it only takes like maybe 10 minutes. But in order to be like actually properly boot everything up in a way where I can feasibly use anything without it freezing because it can't handle that much, it takes like at least half an hour.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Here, this the cut?
それだ。
That's
この
it.
トラック。
Does the
社名が車体に書い
the
てあるな。
company name printed on the
こ
side?
れ、
Can you
読める
make
よう
that
にできる。
legible?
結構ブレて
Like,
ますけ
we
ど
can also see the driver there,
なんと
interesting.
かやってみるっ
Because
す
with this also, the point, this is unedited. Apparently. So this hit should be real without like somebody substituting the actress in between with a like puppet or anything, nor digitally edited. If this is apparently completely unedited.
It is like physical 9mm film.
Mm-hmm.
They were the
So-
ones who converted it to digital form.
Yeah, so this should be a real hit. That adds to what I think that this wasn't meant to happen because this seems like a pretty bad hit.
Magari must feel pressured seeing Yaguma that way. She's more serious than usual, she quickly moves the mouse to process the image. Computer, enhance.
It's happening. Okay, how's this? It's a little blurry, but it's sort of legible, right?
ちょっとブレてる
It's
けど読めます
extremely legible, actually. That's very impressive.
Compared to the Shine.
島根鶴川運送。
Shimane Crane and Turtle Shipping. That's pretty clear.
やるじゃないか、曲がり。
Way to go, Magari.
まあちょいと
Well,
本気を
I
出して
just
み
thought
ちゃっ
I'd
た
give
り
it my
して
best shot. Instead of my worst shot like I usually do.
Sometimes you do your best and your best just isn't good enough, but apparently that day's not today.
よーし。
Alrighty.
ネットで検索かけてみてくれるか。
はいはい
Okie dokie.
Magari opens a browser and uses a search engine. My god. But
Things coming up.
全然引っかか
Maybe it's a fictional company made for the
撮
film?
影用に作った 社名じゃないですか？
かもしれないが、
Maybe.
どうも気になるん
It
だ。
still bugs me.
ちゃんと調べてみ
I'm
た。
gonna do a thorough investigation.
でも
Is there a point in investigating it?
意味があるんすかね？
井伏監督は
Roger Ebert has said this film's for the
10年
decade-old
前の
DV
ドラマプ
drama
ロジェクトの
project,
ものだっ
right?
て言ってただろ。
I want to confirm
それが
that.
本当かどうか確認して、これがいつ撮影
This
され
is
たもの
pretty much
か。
our only
手
clue
がか
as
り
to
になり
when
そう
the
なものは
film
これ
was
ぐらいしかないから
shot.
な。
どういうことっすか？
What I mean?
10年前の
Even
ドラマプロジェ
Ishigami
ク
said
ト
this
の
film
だっ
was
て
for the
磯貝
decade-old
さんも言
TV
ってた
drama
んで。
project.
彼も
Yeah.
実際にどん
But
な
he
映像だった
didn't
か
know
知っ
what
て
was
たわけ
actually
じゃ
on
な
the
い。
film.
だから
So if
確
it's
認
something
で
we
きるものな
can
らしてお
check,
きたい
then
の
I
さ。
want to check.
But there weren't any hits on the net, so what
でもネットにも引っかから
now?
ないし、どうやって？
I mean, I feel like realistically speaking, that's where we stop.
法務局なら登記を調べ
Look
ら
for
れる。
their registration at the Regional
実在する
Legal
会社
Affairs
ならな。
Bureau. If it's a real company, anyway.
もう夕方だ。
It's getting
法務
late.
局が閉まる前
Let's
に
go before
行
it
くぞ
closes,
マガリ。
Nagari.
はあ、
Uh,
Nagari still doesn't quite understand. But Yagumo's enthusiasm convinces her to get up regardless. Get up, stand up for your rights.
Alright, where to?
The Legal Affairs Bureau, right?
No. To the Archive Center.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Alright, let's go straight to the legal affairs then.
Boop. Arrive at the Monthsway Legal Affairs Bureau just before closing time, and finish the procedure to obtain the registration documents.
危ないところ
Almost
です
cutting
ね。
it close. They
もう
almost
ちょいで
closed.
閉まるとこでしたよ。
なあ、
Yeah.
しか
Well,
し
the front counter took our
窓口で受付
application,
さ
which
れた
means
って
it's
こと
an
は
actual
やは
company
り撮影
and
用の
not
フェ
a
イクじゃなく
fake
て
made
実
specifically
在
for
す
the
る会社
shoot.
だったってことだ。
In no time at all, they're called up to receive the registration documents. Sure enough, there's a registration for a Shimane crane and turtle shipping in Matsue.
どれど
This
れ
supports my theory.
Let's see here.
5年前に休眠会社にな
It
ってる
went
の
dormant 5 years ago,
か。
huh?
通りで検索に引っ
Explains
かか
why
らな
there's
い
no
わけだ。
search results online. Something that only existed for 5 whole years would leave absolutely no record on the internet, clearly.
Absolutely none. Director!
ここ、ここ、
Here,
ここ。
look here!
Hmm? Nagati points at the date the company was founded. Sure enough, the date written is April 1st, 2012.
It was an April Fool's prank!
The entire company was just a joke.
これは
What?
8年前っすよ。
8 years ago.
10
But
年前に
that doesn't make sense if the cursed film was shot 10 years ago.
That's quick math for you.
The thick plottens.
The least complicated answer would be if we said they were just lying about that being part, because like they just said,
Yeah.
the producer Isagami has no idea. Okay, that works at least.
Drinking.
As I was saying, since Isagami didn't actually know what was on the film, they could easily
Yep.
have swapped it out at some point.
Yeah.
To throw off any potential investigators.
I'm also believing it's a lie because I completely don't believe. Because my current belief is indeed that the ghost was supposed to, like, the ghost is not the real thing. What happened here is a real death. And the ghost is just the reasoning they use to drive off investigators into this deal. And this might not actually be something that happened in the 10 years ago thing.
Would answer most of my questions. But on Earth?
I do find it funny though if all this like ends up being true because I called it from the moment we like mentioned the framing on the truck hitting. And that alone keyed me in to like, I think that's a real hit and that's the real mystery here. Nothing to do with the ghost.
Alright, what do we want to know?
Now it's a bit more of an actual question.
There are several people I would like to question at this point.
Yeah. I don't think we'll get any answers in Mihonoshoki so soon.
But if it's time traveling truck-kun, I'm sure that's equally plausible and sane.
Maybe. I'd say TV headquarters or TV archive. Which one would you?
What I'm between two.
Do we roll a die between which one we think first?
No, I think Isagami is more likely to have something for us at this point.
So headquarters.
Sure.
Then Isagami is not there.
Fortunately, Isagami doesn't seem busy.
Okay, good.
Yagumo and Nagiri are quickly taken into the reception room after checking in.
Yeah, Maxi. You figure anything out about that film?
Nothing I can say for sure, but investigation's proceeding.
I hate that this is absolutely his team. Like, this confirms it. It's his team here as well. It's just his team. And I hate how well it fits him. Indeed. I see. Hopefully that film doesn't turn out to actually be cursed, you know? Isagami, do you think that's an actual ghost? Well, I heard that the project had a shady history to begin with, and besides... Well, us industry vets have heard lots of things. Even some legit videos just can't be broadcast. Oh, so that sort of stuff really does exist, huh? Sure does. So that film could be legit too. That's scary. Yep, scary indeed.
Isagami and Magari keep nodding. Yagumo can only watch them in exasperation. Big mood.
I feel like Yagumo is on to what we're thinking, and those two are still going on about the ghost. Do we visit the archives next then?
That's my thought.
Yeah, let's go.
Sayama's alone in the archive center room, sipping coffee and watching the monitor as usual. You're back, huh? Oh, come on in. I'm starting to get bored out of my mind. Sorry. There's just something I wanted to make sure of. That is... that film really from the TV drama project that got suspended 10 years ago? Kinda late to ask a question like that. Sorry. Just making sure. Not answer your question. There's no doubt about it. Or at least, I think so. Sensing the evasiveness in Sayama's words, Yagumo casually tries pressing him on that point. Sayama, were you here when the project was suspended? Basically, I'm asking if you were physically here the moment the film was literally shelved. Okay, I see what you're getting at. No, I didn't witness that firsthand. I only got reassigned here 8 years ago.
A very specific 8 years ago.
So I can only assume that the film is the film based on the name and date written on the label.
Can we get like an exact date 8 years ago? Was it after April 1st?
All the pieces are coming together. Bloop.
待ってください。
Hang
確
on
か
a
フ
second, I thought
ィ
the
ルム
label
缶の
on
ラ
the
ベルは
film's
白
on the
紙だっ
film
たはず
can
と。
was blank.
フィルム缶
Not
の
that
方じゃな
label,
い。
the one on the
こ
archive
この
shelf.
収納棚につ
It
けられて
clearly
る
said
缶
it was the
にラベルが
project's pilot film.
そこにお前さんは何やら疑って
You
る
seem to
よう
have your
だな。
doubts, but
そ
I
れで
thought
確
that was
認は
enough
十
to
分だと思
identify
う
it.
がな。こんなもの。
It's not like anyone has anything to gain with a switcheroo.
You're sure about that?
Oh, are you sure about
な
that?
るほど。
I
そ
see.
うかもしれませ
You
んね。
might be right about that.
Alright, where next?
The only other lead I can think of is going back to Mihonoseki and seeing if confronting the director about what we've got thus far makes a break.
Yeah. Unless we can actually investigate more into Shui.
I'm not sure, but I can't prove we can't.
Because I'm willing to go to Mihokan. I just feel like he's not going to let us talk to him again so soon after kicking us out. But do you wanna visit Mihokan first, just in case?
I still think my idea is more likely.
Yeah, let's go to Mihokan.
Whoop,
I'm doubtful about him
whoop.
actually giving us any answers yet. But we'll see.
Call up Ibuse at the front, knowing it's a long shot. After a short wait, the elevator opens, revealing only Monami.
イブセ監督は
Oh, where's Director Ibuse?
That confused me because the way like the speech bubble shows is closer to Magami.
No, there's only so many. I'm sorry. I tried to convince him, but he really has nothing more to say.
いや、
Oh, no, you
Monami-sanに
don't
謝っ
have
てい
to
ただく
apologize,
必要は
Monami.
さすがに忙しい
It's
方
my
相
fault
手
for
に
being so persistent
何度
when
もって
he's
のは
such a
こ
busy
っちも無
man.
理があったみたいです。
He'll come back some other
出直しま
time.
す。
そう
I
それじゃ
see.
あ次の機会に
I'll
ま
see you
た
then, then.
はい。
Okay. Monami smiles at Yakumo's response and gracefully turns around. Her fluttering hair tickles Yakumo's nose.
Why?
He apparently has no sense of personal space.
いい匂いすんな。
I'm not reading that.
This is the weirdest scene so far. Ah, you creep.
Yakumo's too distracted by watching Monami leave to even register Marguerite's jab.
The weirdest scene so far, and yeah, that went about how I expected, except that last part.
Alright,
I
I
say-
do not have any ideas other than going back
Yeah.
to Kosue.
Yeah, because I feel like we have something we can still try to investigate in Toshio. Now that we know the telescopic lens, we can try to look for a building further away if the protagonist has also got onto that.
Alright, they visit Tosui. Again. Quiet and still, save for the rippling of the pond's surface, just like this morning.
ここで調べることまだ
Is
ある
there
っすか
anything we still need to check here?
念のため
I
カメ
brought
ラを
the
持
camera
って
just
きて
in
ますけ
case.
ど
そうだな。
Let's see. As Yakumo folds his arms in thought, a casual voice suddenly calls out from behind.
あんたら今朝撮影
して
た人たちかね
Is this someone we already met? Because
That
we can
is-
only see an arm.
That is not a voice actor I've heard before.
Okay, what does she sound like?
She
I can
sounds
take
like an
her.
old granny.
Yeah, the hand looks like it. I can take that. Are you the ones who filmed here this morning?
あ
Oh,
ええ、そうです。
yes, we are. See, she's even labeled herself. How
Oba-chan!
considerate.
Thank you!
She seems to be a local resident. Perceiving that, Yakumo puts on his best customer service smile.
もしかしてうるさかったで
Were
す
we
か
a nuisance?
でしたらす
So
みま
I
せん。
humbly apologize.
いや
No, you're fine. I was just thinking that a few people ever film here.
なあ
Oh, we found without permission, so Yaguma would like to try to avoid any trouble with the residents. Before Yaguma can come up with excuses, Magari puts on a smile and answers for him.
Oh, it wasn't a full-blown filming. We're just location scouting to find the best places to film. Ah, I see. Well, Yamatsu Hirashikasa's nearby, so people film there every now and then. I like seeing that. I come by to watch whenever I hear there's a filming happening. Did you happen to see a TV drama shoot that happened here 10 years ago? 10 years ago. 10 years ago, huh?
Don't forget Dale 6, don't forget Dale 6. Quack.
Well, I don't remember anything like that. That figures. It was 10 years ago after all. We can shoot her!
Shh, take the shot.
ところでご婦人はこの辺りにずっと住んでおられるんですか
About how long have you lived around here?
Me? I've lived here a long time. Ever since I got married 30 years ago. I've pretty much taken root here.
She sees the lighter side of everything. Well, you seem like you know the area. So do you happen to know if there's been any changes in the buildings around here? Yakuma points the general direction of where he believes the camera was placed. The woman smiles and shakes her head in an exaggerated fashion.
People may change, but this place hasn't changed one bit ever since I moved in.
Well,
Important detail.
The fact that that is important honestly seems to support the theory you're working with thus far.
Yep.
なるほど
I see. It's because the window frame scene in that film was a set after all.
Not necessarily with the info we have.
What was the intention? Why would that cut need a window frame?
Or whether or not it was... Because there is also the possibility that it was still an actress, that it was acting, but the truck hitting wasn't planned, and the window was literally just for the ghost. Like, it can still be a set piece to get the ghost effect, but the truck wasn't planned.
That is entirely possible, though the fact that they keep hammering on the idea that this is a total unknown and yet a brilliant actress means I'm still leaning in the direction of it not being.
Same. Like, I also still believe that it wasn't acted and it was filmed in hiding, especially because the telescopic lens purposes that the window was further away, which could imply that it was filmed secretly from a building further away. So, like, those still support it. But the set piece is still a possibility. But...
After nightfall, back at Yagumo Studios, Yagumo and Magari sip coffee as they go over today's results.
So, that film turned out to be a fake, huh?
二重の意味
A
でな
double fake at that. It's so fake it boomeranged back around and became real. Entirely too
10
real.
年前のプロジェクトの
It's not the real film from 10 years ago, and it's not a real ghost that was filmed.
だ
But how'd they pull off that ghost then?
まだトリックの全容は
I
わか
don't
ら
know
ん
the full details of the trick,
謎を解く
but
鍵
I
はもう揃
think
っている
we've
気が
got
する
all the keys to solve it.
これから俺はじっくり
Let
映
me
像を
watch
見
the
直して
film
そ
closely
れを
and I'll
解明
figure
し
it
てみせる
out.
さマーガリお前はもう帰っていいぞ
You can go home now.
I can be your operator, you know?
もう加工の
I don't
必要
need
はな
any
いぞ
more image
プレビュ
processing,
ーだけな
and
ら
I can
俺
handle
でもできる
previewing footage by myself.
In that case...
Maggie gets up and shoulders her bag as she continues to speak.
あんま無理
Don't
しない
push
でくだ
yourself
さい
too
よ
hard, okay? You're getting old, and your face looks tired.
No, I just look like that, I'm sorry.
ふざけんな。
Knock it off, I'm not even 30.
全然いける
I've
ぜ。
got this.
ならいいっすけどね
Well, okay then. See you tomorrow.
また明日
Oh, and put your mug in the sink when you're done.
ちゃんと
I'll
流
wash
し
it
に置
tomorrow.
いといてくださいよ
の、お
Got it.
疲れさん。
Good work today. As Maggie leaves the room, Yakima waves his hand and sits back on the sofa. Phew. What a day. So when he said to Maggie, Yakima is so exhausted his body feels like lead. Did I overuse my synesthesia? Synesthesia. It's pronounced synesthesia. I hope so correcting me on that.
I tried to correct you a couple of times, but I think you were too focused on trying to figure it out yourself.
No, it's not like I can control it. It's been triggered a lot since I got caught up in this mess. Must be concentrating a lot. Need to expose the decade-old truth of this project. By any means necessary.
Murder!
Strikes a cool pose. Yagama scratches his face once, twice, thrice, before finally getting up from the sofa.
Do you think he scratched his face in different places? Those 3 times?
I feel like that's probably not it.
Just the same spot 3 times?
I mean, have you ever had an itch that went away in a single scratch?
Depends.
おはようございます
Yakuma Part 1, the solution. Morning!
The next morning. Margit arrives at the office around noon and enters the reception room with her usual greeting.
Her usual greeting. Morning. Good greeting.
Usually Yagama would be sipping coffee here around this time, but...
We find him dead in the editing room. He's not here? He was late yesterday too. Maybe he's still asleep. And I told him to put his mug in the sink, but it's just out here on the table. Jeez.
Now I've gotta move that mug the entire 5 steps over to the sink. Do you appreciate how much you are putting me through here?
Director! You here? Here?
監督、あれ
If he's not in his room, then...
Margit timidly opens the door to the editing room. There she finds...
Who?
an exhausted Yagumo lying face down on the desk.
Are you sure he's just exhausted and not dead like I said?
I feel like he's probably just exhausted.
He could be dead!
How long had he been checking the footage? Yagumo's not even twitching.
He could be dead!
死ん
He looks like he's dead! He could be dead!
You know, I could be dead, but you never expressed this much concern about me.
I still hear you talking. I don't hear Yakumo talking.
Margit fearfully approaches. But she freezes in place when she spots a scrap of paper on the desk.
なんだこれ
What's this?
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Oh, son of a bitch. It appears to be some sort of mystery code written in Yagumo's handwriting.
なんか
This looks like a load of nonsense. Director, did your brain overheat or something?
頭使いすぎてイカれちまったとか
行かれてね
Hell
えよ。
no.
Director, you're awake?
起きてたんすか
ああ
Yeah,
つ
I
い
was
さっき
checking
ま
the
で
film
映
until
像
a
を確
minute
認してた
ago.
んだ。
Finally
全てわ
understand
かったぞ。
everything.
Huh?
I have achieved enlightenment, and I understand the bonds between all of the cosmic existence.
幽霊の出現トリックが解け
Also, I
たん
figured
だ。
out the trick they used to get the ghost to appear.
マジっすか
For real?
マジだ。
For real.
今からトリックを作
Let's
っ
head
た
out.
犯人にそれを突きつけ
Gonna
に
get
行け。
shove it in that
すぐに出るぞ。
trickster's face.
あすぐに
Wait,
はダメ
we
っす
can't go right now?
なぜ
Why not?
なぜも何も
What do you mean, why not? It's dangerous.
危険
Dangerous.
それ
Wow.
は
Hmm.
とにかく
Anyway,
Hmm.
go take a shower and get changed. You're weak because you've been up all night.
徹夜のせいで
Running in the van with you when you're this many is gonna be dangerous to my nose.
Oh, snap.
はい
Okay. One hour later. One shower and a change of clothes later. Like all fictional characters, Yakumo has a wardrobe made up entirely of identical copies of the same jacket.
Yes.
Yakumo and Magari board the van.
でどこに向かうんすか
So, where are we headed?
今回の件の
Someone
関係者
involved in this case has been
全員俺た
feeding
ち
us
に
all
間
of
違った
the
情報を
wrong
伝えている
information.
それが一つ
One
なら
wrong piece of
何
info
ら
is
か
an
の事情があ
accident,
ったとも
sure.
思えるが
Several
複数に
pieces?
わたっているならそ
That
れは
has to be
間違いなく意図的な
intentional.
ものってことだ
意図的
Intentional. So someone's been deliberately lying to us?
ああ
Yeah,
つまり
the
その人物が
mastermind
今回
behind
の件
this
の黒
whole
幕さ
case.
そいつに今から
This mastermind's
真
been
実
hiding
を
the
受け負って
truth.
もらう
Time we make him spit it out.
なるほど
I see.
I got my neck.
I'm pretty sure we're going to Ibushi, right?
That's...
Or do you suspect Ishokami or was it Sayame his name?
Sayama was his name. No, I think the only person who's been, like, deliberately lying to us is Il Director.
Yep.
The two of them stand before Miho-kan.
相手は大物
We're
監
up
督
against
で
the
すけ
big
ど
shot director. You
大丈夫
sure
です
we'll be
かね
okay?
大物だろ
Who
うが
cares
何
if
だろ
he's
う
a
が関
big,
係ないさ
medium, or small shot?
もちろん
I
イブセ監
respect
督のことは
Director
尊敬しているが
But I
それでも
respect the truth
真実を知る
more.
ためにはやらなきゃなら
It
ないんだ
must be known.
すね
Ain't that the truth?
They look each other in the eye and nod as they confidently step into Miho-kan. See, Shimano doesn't have any abilities like the Millennium Tower, so if we want to go just start a massive fist fight, we gotta settle.
Mm-hmm. So,
昨日の今日で一体
what's there to say that
何を話
wasn't
しに
said
来たんだね
yesterday? I told you I've got nothing to say about the
話すこ
film.
とはないと言った
With Haishima at his back, Ibuse greets them, seemingly displeased at the sudden appointment. Yakumo speaks up, unshaken.
それについてなんですが
You see,
ど
Director
うしても
Ibuse,
イブセ監
I
督に
just
お
found
話しして
something
い
I
ただ
need
かなけ
to
ればなら
talk
な
to
い
you
ことができま
about
して
at all costs.
話さなければならないこと
ねえ
Basically, question is,
あのフィルムが
what
本
was
当
the
は何
true
に使われた
purpose
映像
of
だっ
that
たのか
film?
ということです
Commence pursuit. What do you mean?
This is very stylish.
Max mode.
監督は
Director,
あのフィルムが
you
例
said
によ
that
って
the
呪われ
film
てい
was
るとおっしゃってま
cursed
した
by a ghost.
しかしトリ
But
ッ
look
ク
at
に
a
よって作
fake
られた
ghost
フェイク
shot
の
with
映
a
画
film
何
trick.
を呪うというん
Curse
です
exactly.
フェイク
Fake? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, before we get too deep into this, I just want to say a good, properly stylish confronting the culprit section is, in my opinion, one of the most important parts of any mystery game.
Which doesn't actually happen in many.
Yeah. Like, I mean, in Ace Attorney, you have the very dramatic camera angles, the objection bubbles,
Yeah.
the breakdowns. That's good enough. That's what I consider the minimum threshold of necessity.
Mhm. This is really taking... I'm liking this a lot better than Root Letter so far because one, the main character is actually very competent in comparison to many mystery game protagonists I've played as, and far from the rude person that Root Letter protagonist was. It also he doesn't like say everything he's figured out loud for us. So it leaves stuff for players to also figure out what he has figured out. But it's clear he's on the same page as us if we have figured things out.
Yeah, that's a
So we don't need to guide him.
that's a thing you get from like a surprisingly few mystery games in
that
general.
is
It's a very delicate balance to walk, and it's always incredibly satisfying when it lands.
Right now, we have been playing like Deathmark 2 with Rika, continuing tomorrow. The main protagonist in that one has been saying he has actually been figuring things out on his own and telling every solution to us, so there's nothing left for us to solve because we're being spoon-fed the answers. Here it actually feels like Max here is actually figuring things out better than that protagonist, but leaving it also out for us to figure what he has figured. So basically it also changes in this way that if we give the right answer, then he was wrong. But if we give the right answer, if we give the wrong answer, he was in the wrong. If we give the right answer, he was in the right, because it's left for us to figure out what he has figured out. But it always feels like he's on the same page as us.
Yeah.
And I'm liking this one because this is what makes this a spiritual successor of Root Letter, because it also had max mode. But that max mode was used to bully the innocent. This max mode is actually made to confront the culprit.
Also, I appreciate that we have a max mode and our protagonist calls himself Max. That's very silly. I like that.
That's the thing they took from Root Letter. I don't remember if that was Max there as well, but I think it was the same premise, that his name was the mode, and it's something like Max mode like this as well. It might actually have been that both of them were called Max for this Max mode pun specifically.
But they use it, and I love it.
Yeah, they use it well in this one because they still have the same mode. I'm gonna assume this is gonna work very similarly as well. But we're using it against actual culprits instead of blackmailing and bullying the innocent, like the Root Letter product did.
Alright, I think that's all I wanted to say. Let's keep going.
Yeah, you checked the film, didn't you? There was no evidence it had been edited.
True, there was no evidence the film was edited, but an on-set practical effect wouldn't leave any.
Yeah, this is like, it wasn't edited. Ignoring the possibility of practical effects, those didn't exist 10 years ago anymore. Then, 2010 was too late for anybody to use practical effects anymore, right?
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why he spontaneously metamorphosed into a demon, but in fact, for a film by a director of your caliber, there were many unnatural techniques used.
Unnatural. Okay, ignore practical effects. Unnatural techniques.
First of all, what was the purpose of that cut of the actress from inside a window frame?
That was... Right, that was to show the perpetrator peeking out from the house by the pond. The perpetrator hired a hitman to kill the woman. He hid in the nearby house to watch the deed with his own eyes.
That's a stupid idea, and I'm insulted you think I'm going to fall for it. Yes.
Let's see. Our options. This cut was shot by a telephoto lens. Buildings around Toshio haven't changed. Gemma only checked the film by its label. Okay, so this is gonna be about the buildings or the telephoto lens?
My gut is telling me the telephoto lens.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's that one in this one, because there's no reason to really bring out the point that the buildings haven't changed yet, I feel like.
Right.
So rather we combine the telephoto lens and the window. Yeah, picking that. Oh, I need to actually hold it down.
That is also a neat effect.
I like that too. Like, confirm by holding it down with the 3, 2, 1 film effect.
Mystery is a very talky genre, and it doesn't bother me when you read an actual mystery novel. But if you're going to be in any sort of visual medium, I think it is important to get things happening on screen.
Yeah.
You need objection bubbles, or you need truth bullets, or you need shit like this with different character profiles and special effects.
And like the effect they picked here feeds to what we've said, but more in an actual positive sense that this game is clear with its identity. Because that feeds into the film theme we have going on here.
Yeah.
Instead of the tourism theme that we also clearly have here being spoon-fed. Like, it's so blatant.
Did you ever see the anime adaptation of the first book of Zaragoza by Nisio Isin?
I don't think so, no.
I just bring it up because that's one of the most stylish pieces of mystery fiction I've ever seen in my life. Like, the entire last episode is dedicated to a single summation of the entire case, and they're doing different camera angles, they're doing, like, big lighting effects, there's a scene where they spontaneously do a gag like you'd see in Furikuri, where they spontaneously show everybody standing on a soundstage, just for the sake of keeping things happening. It's incredibly cool, I like it a lot.
Sounds good, yeah.
Yeah. Not a shot with a telephoto lens. That's strange.
Huh? Hold on, you were talking about how that cut was shot with the window frame, weren't you?
Yes. It's definitely strange that the cut was shot at a window frame.
Oh, what does shooting with a telephoto lens have to do with that? I feel like it does still relate, but...
Well... Now this is a thing basically everyone other than Ace Attorney fucks up at some point, and I will never be okay with it. It's got nothing to do with it, huh? Don't put contradictions in your game if you can't explain a contradiction. That's all I'm saying.
Nope.
Think, damn it, there's something wrong about a cut with the perpetrator peeking from a house.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the location of the house then. Because I feel like this is going to relate, because this is going to be, we now first go to the buildings around those we haven't changed, and to explain that we go to telephoto lens instead.
I understand, it's the one that has the word building in the name, so it's the most correct answer, but you cannot argue that that is not a relevant point.
But I really do feel like they're still going to relate. It's
yeah,
just we have to go in the right order.
Yes, which is why I'm upset we were penalized for saying it.
Yeah, I agree. It happens a lot.
There is no such house by the pond.
I need to go through 3, 2, 1 still. I'm having a heart attack!
There is no house by the pond. Gotcha, bitch. There's no building anywhere near where the camera was set up. I went to the location myself. And I've got testimony from a local that there hasn't been any construction there for decades. What you're saying is true, Director. Does that mean you deliberately built a set there?
I really feel like the expression of accusing a director of making a film set doesn't fit here.
I mean...
you look like you've caught him in a crime. You're accusing a director of building a film set.
It is very funny, although in the game's defense, in context, we are tricking him into saying something that will expose him for an actual crime.
But the expression just doesn't fit with the accusation.
Besides, why would someone who hired a hitman deliberately go to the scene of the crime instead of going somewhere else to make an alibi? That makes no sense.
That
You're
is
a terrible director.
Very fair point. That is a very fair point, in truth.
That's what I meant when I said it was dumb earlier. It doesn't make any sense script-wise.
Like, I'm glad Yakuma is bringing it up.
Let's set that aside for now. It's not the only odd directorial choice in the film. When I realized why it was necessary, the whole trick became unraveled. Wait, hold on, I'm going to say a thing.
Okay.
So, there are no buildings anywhere in the area, which means, given the direction this conversation is going, he probably actually did build a set. You want to know why? I think I have an answer.
Do share.
So, before we got to the real pond, we were looking at a fake pond, and the game was all like, no, this can't be the right pond, it's too small. My thought process is, they did the acrylic panel trick they were discussing on that other pond, which is behind the set, and they needed the telephoto lens to make all the proportions look correct, because there were, like, long distances between the three. That is my theory, that is what I'm going with.
We shall see, we shall see. I had a call it a trick. But it frustrates me that you call my directorial choices odd.
Well, they are. So there.
Tell me what you mean specifically.
Very well. In that case...
Places you'd expect to hear the director's voice have all been cut. Doesn't make sense here. This cut was shot with the telephoto lens. Could fit here.
I mean, that does kind of make sense, but the telephoto lens follows more. From what we're getting the same issue twice in a row. I'm not sure if I like that.
The logo of a company established 8 years ago was emblazoned on the side of the truck. That's not a directorial issue. That's something that will be brought up later.
But it's not a contradiction with this statement.
It's not a directorial issue. It's just something we'll bring up later about the time frame of this not being from 10 years. I think because places you'd expect to hear the director's voice have all been cut, that's also not a weird directorial choice, because those would be cut in the final product anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the directorial choice that's odd is the telephoto lens.
Yeah. I hope I never stop enjoying that.
That's because...
What was the intention of the telephoto lens? As far as I can see, it serves no purpose at all. It doesn't make sense to build a set for that shot and then only ever show the window frame. Combine the window frame and the telephoto lens. You've got the keys to solving the trick. Attach the window frame to the camera, like so. And no matter how much you move the camera, the window frame stays put, so the audience can't tell that the camera was moved. In other words, it wasn't even a building set. It's just a window frame. Well, this isn't the theory I was going for, but it's in the same family of tricks.
It also doesn't follow the logic that I was going with earlier with the window and ghost trick, but it's still, similar fashion.
We were in the right neighborhood, and this is admittedly a much more sensible trick.
And this is why he took all night to figure out how exactly it was done.
Okay. Yeah, you're off the hook, game. This is pretty good. You get two actresses, one at point A, the other a bit further away at point B, and the ghost actress on standby behind her. You can't tell there are two actresses since their faces are covered by raincoat hoods in the scene. Shine a spotlight at the camera from the woods, and when the lightning lights out the screen, you move the camera from point A to point B. And that's how you create the scene with the instant ghost appearance. Basically, the telephoto lens was used because it's the most effective way of moving from A to B with the least amount of camera movements. What do you think? That should explain every oddity in the film.
But how do you explain the ghost standing on the surface of the pond? That was...
Okay, now you're just making fun of us. That's not something a director should say. Clear acrylic boards work wonders, you know. He's not very good at pretending he's not the culprit, is he?
Yeah.
Did he remember to take his pills this morning? I'm getting kind of worried.
No. We came here right in the morning. He didn't have the time yet.
That should explain how everything could be shot without an actual ghost. What do you think?
But even if your hypothesis is plausible, it's not proof. You've proven the possibility of it being fake, but you haven't proven that it actually is fake.
Shit, you're right, I hadn't thought of that. True, I've only been talking about possibilities. So far, that is. But if I can expose a decisive lie of yours, then the possibilities only become probable.
Well, we know what that lie is.
Yeah, there we go.
Decisive lie?
Yes, that film isn't even from that 10-year-old project in the first place, is it?
What? On what basis can you say that? That film is unmistakably what I...
We both look like characters from Devilman, good lord. No.
Okay, places you'd expect. The correct film was shot by Daisuke Minamizawa. Only check the film by its label, the logo of a company. That's the one.
There
it's
you
at least 8 years
are.
ago.
I thought we only got 3 pieces of evidence for.
Yeah, we only got 3 for everything but this one. This one got 4.
Dirty trick. Very rude. Gasp. We checked the registration of the company whose name's on the side of the truck in the film. It's a shipping company established 8 years ago. In other words, there's no way that film could have been shot 10 years ago. Seriously, are you okay? Like,
No.
This can wait. We could like go take you to a hospital.
I've been having an active heart attack since you started talking.
Director Ibuse, why did you lie to us?
I'm telling you the truth, I'm having a heart attack!
If you really were involved in the project 10 years ago, that means you went so far as to fabricate a film just to hide the truth. Why? What could have driven you that far just to cover up the truth? Okay.
So now my guess is that this wasn't actually filmed by Ibuse because that would explain why the director's stuff has been cut out. Because he's hiding this for someone else.
Would make sense. Ibuse limply hangs his head. Hashima and Nagiri are left stiff and speechless in the presence of Yakumo's intensity.
Max mode.
A heavy silence rules the room. But then...
Why the music? What is going on? Is this music in universe?
Is this diegetic?
Huh?
A somewhat familiar cheerful tune can be heard from outside the room.
I think this is in universe.
The door slams wide open and...
Hey, okie dokie. Good work, everyone.
Kind of in the middle of something.
Remember when you mentioned that he looks like the kind of guy who actually carries around his own theme music from like a player or something? He's actually doing that. This is just not the same vision, but he's actually doing that.
I can see the future, it turns out.
You called it!
With a cheerful greeting in Isogami, blaring radio cassette player in hand.
I love it. He's actually like that.
What?
Isogami? Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. Let's introduce our cast once more. Written by and starring director Isaya Ibuse. Thank you. Wow, what an intense! That was intense! But I'm glad I was able to act my part.
Huh?
Production assistants and co-starring Monami Haishima.
ヤグモくん、
Yakima?
マグリさん
Nagari?
騙してし
I'm
まっ
sorry
てご
for
めんなさい
deceiving
ね
you.
Remember when we talked about filming without the people knowing that they're actually acting in a thing? They literally did that here now.
Just shuffling all the pieces around on us.
Yeah.
Very rude. I don't appreciate it.
And finally, planning and direction by me, Hiroyuki Ishigami.
Isogami, Aishima, and Ibuse hold hands and bound Yaku and Nagari like actors on a play.
It bothers me that they've called her Haishima and Hashima in the same scene. And I'm like, which one is it?
It's very annoying. Yaguma stares dumbfounded until the song ends, and he snaps back to his center. His sense says...
No.
What?
Isogami-san.
Isogami, what kind of farce is this? What's the meaning of this?
Sorry, Maxi.
Oh,
This was an act.
Maxi.
This was all an act to test you.
なんすかお芝居って
Why am I getting a notification that League of Legends is trying to open up? I have not started it. This is confusing.
I mean, you shouldn't play League of Legends in the first place. If you play League of Legends, it installs a virus on your computer called League of Legends.
Yeah, I only ever played against bots with real-life friends, so I have no reason to interact with the actual community. Whoa, what do you mean an act? We were seriously trying to uncover the truth. I know. Calm down. This was all for Maxi's sake, you see?
For me?
Yes. Remember how I said one staff member was against this? Well, they weren't against the project itself, but rather your appointment to it, Maxi. After all, while you might have talent, you still lack a reputation, Maxi.
Okay. Still, why all this?
Basically, the condition was you passed the test by correctly identifying the film was fake and why. To shoot a mystery, you first need the wit to solve a mystery of at least that caliber, see?
I'm not sure that's how that works.
I'm not sure either. But then again, a lot of my thinking in solving mysteries like this is trying to think how I would write it. So maybe there's something to it? Because there is a connection to writing and solving mysteries. Because you kind of have an idea of how they think. So, we looked for a suitable short film for the test and developed a story around it. This was all director Ibuse suggesting, you see?
It was your idea, Director Ibuse?
I heard from Ishigami that someone was supposed to appointment, so I talked with them. And I should also drink, real quick. Hello, Shaki Lucky.
Drink. Shots. Okay, cool.
I have drank it. I recognize your skill, and as a veteran, I have to promote upcoming talent. So we went with the promise that I shot the film, even though I had nothing to do with it. Okay, so yeah, someone else actually shot it.
And also, it probably didn't capture a real murder.
Potentially now.
Maybe.
It would be interesting if it actually did, but they didn't catch on to that
We
yet.
have not proven that yet.
We haven't proven it wasn't an actual murder. Sorry for deceiving you. Please forgive me.
監督。
Director.
それじゃうち
So,
のマック
does
スを
this mean
正
Max's
式に
appointment is official?
もちろん
Of course.
す
The
でにプロジェ
project's
クトには
already been
ゴールが
greenlit,
出てるか
so
ら
you can get ready to
早
shoot
速
immediately.
撮影準備に入っ
Let's make this project a success. It's time to get poppin'. Why is poppin'
Is
your
that-
catchphrase?
I was about to ask, is that like your catchphrase or something? What is
It,
that?
it really feels like this at this point. Huh? You did it! You did it, director! This is your big chance!
Yeah,
まだちょっと混乱してるが、
I'm still a little overwhelmed.
騙されたのには
I'm
腹
mad
立
that
つけ
I've
ど
been deceived, but
俺
it
の
was all
ため
for
にやってく
me.
れたことだし、
So I don't know
今
how
ど
I
んな
should
感情なの
feel.
か。
とにかく君も私と同じ
In any case,
選ばれた
you and I
監
have
督になっ
both
た
been
という
chosen as directors, so let's make the
一緒
project
に
a
このプロジェク
success.
トを成功させようじゃないか。
はい。
Okay. Yakumo firmly grips Ibuse's outstretched hand. And thus, today is the day that Max Yagumo officially became a director for the new Shimane TV mystery drama projects.
I'm a little bit disappointed no murder, but I kinda like this ending as an interesting development.
You know, they're saying, like, director of the new Shimane TV mystery drama project as though it's a big, impressive accomplishment, but you say the words new Shimane TV mystery drama project to me, I'm going to assume it's a no-budget tourism promotional thing. Kind of like
Which it might
this
be.
game.
Yeah!
Even though it's actually
I
been pretty
mean,
good so
over-
far.
Yeah, overall, I have a really good first impression of this game so far. Like, there hasn't really been much for me to complain about. Like, the tourism placements are pretty blatant and kind of...
I'm making fun of the tourism stuff because it's very
Yeah.
easy to make fun of, but it's really not actually bothering me all that much.
Yeah, it's kind of blatant, but like you can look past it because so far, like the building of the mystery has actually been pretty good, and as we talked about, like the actual writing of the main character and how it relates to what information we are given to solve things has actually been pretty good. Like really impressive compared to some other things I've played, and especially compared to the first one. When it comes to main character writing.
Yakumo Part 1 Epilogue. Nah, it's okay, game. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere after this.
Taking a while to load.
Several days later. Yakumo visits Sayama at the Archive Center to check on something.
狭山さんもグルだったとは。す
You
っかり
were
騙
on
さ
it
れま
too,
したよ。
huh, Sayama? You guys pulled the wool over my eyes.
悪いとは思ったが、
Yeah,
なかなか
I feel
面白い
bad,
話
but
だったんでね。
it was funny, gotta
ちょっとした
admit.
余興のつも
I
りで
got
乗
on
ら
board
せて
because
も
it
ら
was
っ
a
た。
fun distraction.
あれがフェイクだということは分かりましたが、
If it's that the film was a fake, then what about the real decade-old footage?
さあな、
Who
どこ
knows?
に埋もれてい
Maybe
るの
buried
か
here somewhere.
これだ
Not
け
even I know how
の
many
数がある
tapes
と
we've got here.
俺にも
そうで
I
すか。
see. Is that all you wanted to ask?
な
Oh, no, one more thing about that film keeps
例のフィルム
bugging
に引っ
me.
かかりがあって。
トリックは全て解い
You
た
already
と聞い
figured
た
out all
が
the tricks, though.
いえ、映像に映
No,
り
the
込んでいた
truck's
トラッ
still
クのことです。
bothering me.
あれ
I'm smiling. Are we getting to what I was talking about? We haven't proven it wasn't an actual death.
Oh, that, huh?
ええ、
Yes, from our investigation, we learned that the
あの
truck
トラックが
belongs
所
to
属
a
する
real
運送会社
shipping
は
company.
実在していました。しかし、
But
女性を引き
you
殺す
wouldn't
シ
use
ーン
an
で
actual company's
実
truck
在
to
の
film
会社
a
のトラッ
murder
クを使
scene,
うなん
would
て
you?
ありえないと
That's
思
what
い
I've
ます。
also been thinking. Like, I don't know if that would be very good business for the actual company to want to use their
It's like
truck in
how
it.
in 24, literally everyone drives, but what sponsored that show? Fords? Everyone drives Fords except the terrorists?
Yeah, like this is why I brought up when we found out that it's real, that it supports the theory that it wasn't how it was supposed to go, like it actually hit someone. Because otherwise they would have made a fake one, because who would want their name on that?
Looks like you've already come up with an answer.
Let's see.
ね
Yes.
えあれは
It
撮影
was
中の事故で
accident on location.
本当にあの女性が
That woman really was ran over.
We're talking about someone dying, but I'm like pumping my fist here, like score!
Yeah,
Got it!
that's what happens when you play too many mystery games. It's an occupational hazard. Sayama quietly
It
takes
just feels good to have figured it out.
It does, it really does. Sayama quietly takes a sip of his tea before he murmurs in reply. A lot of crazy shit lying around this place. So the one truth in the charade. The film was indeed cursed, huh? Galgamo simply nods before he respectfully bows and excuses himself out of the room.
And we get credits!
Wow, that was a pretty short game, but
Yakumo Part 1. I think we leave it at this Part 1 now and continue from that after credits next time.
sounds like a plan.
I have a really good first impression of this so far, and I also feel good. I feel like I managed to figure out pretty much everything but the actual trick they used for the ghost, because I had a different trick in mind. But like, I also find it funny. I kind of figured out that the person was actually hit by a truck, and the ghost wasn't real, and it was just a fake, like,
I mean,
reasoning for it.
That bit doesn't seem like it did that much deduction.
Yeah, but I find it funny that I figured all of that out from just the framing on the truck already. Like, already at that point you can see where it's going.
Well, some people have connections like that. That's the risk of special setting mysteries.
Yeah.
That lady, the one we ran into, was credited with 4 question marks, and that makes me suspicious.
We will meet her again, and we didn't get a name for the old lady yet either.
Yeah, but she was an old lady, she doesn't count.
She will still most likely come up, because in Root Letter as well we had an old lady that we kept meeting a couple of times.
Yeah, but she wasn't credited in an explicitly mysterious manner, so I'm not sitting here saying she's gonna be either the culprit or the last victim, one of those two.
Yeah. We have... Oh! Wait, we have... Can we choose either Yakumo Part 2 or Riho Part 1, or does the red mean... Does the red mean a different character only, or does it mean that we have to complete Yakumo Part 2 first?
I'd click the red one to check, but I can't find a way to open the save menu, so I don't want to risk setting us the wrong way.
Yeah, I'd say we just like end here and make the decision on what to click next time. Because if we can't save here, we should still have an autosave not too long ago to quickly like catch up to this.
That feels reasonable, but I'm too paranoid to trust it implicitly.
I'd trust it, because it... Like, I know it autosaved at least before the actual, like, pointing fingers part. And if we, like, at least try to start the game before, like... You know what? Actually, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna close the game right now and restart it, and we'll see where the autosave is.
Alright, best of luck to you.
I'm already opening it up again, because it shouldn't be that far, so I can easily catch up, like... Because I've seen it autosaving. So I can easily catch up to wherever it is, if it's too far. Yeah, this is a good enough test to see where it ends. It's taking a good while to load the game open though.
Okay, this is actually getting it's okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's opening, it's just slow. And now I need to watch through everything. Press any button. And
Press
now I
any
get to
key.
press
Where's the any
continue.
key?
Where does continue leave me? Several days later. Okay, at the start of the epilogue. So there's not that much to catch up.
Right.
We can basically do that much before stream.
Alright, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just the epilogue. Alright. Do you have anybody in mind to raid?
I did not have anyone specific in mind before you asked me that. V2, Trucksama VT is live playing some Deep Rock if you don't have any better ideas.
No, I don't have anybody special, so if you drop the name for me.
Alright. In Discord, in chat, what are you thinking?
In Discord.
Bang.
Let's go. Also, I feel like a truck is pretty fitting right now.
I hadn't even thought of that, but you're absolutely right.
I feel like this is a good choice. So my raid is preparing, and my
Mine
raid
is
message is there if anybody wants to take it in my chat.
You know what? It's very you know, it's funny. I'm gonna go with it. Chat, our raid message, if you're not watching on Hope's channel somehow, will be Truck Y.
I can send that right after my own raid message as well. Yep. Do you want to block yourself before we end on when you'll be on next?
I am actually in the middle of some non-stream related major projects, so I am not gonna be live again until next Friday.
I, on the other hand, should be back live tomorrow with Spirit Hunter Death Mark 2 with a friend of mine, Rika.
Yeah.
But for now, I hope you enjoy it and bye-bye.
Alright, all of you take care of yourselves. I would hate to see you the next one's lined up on my mortician's slab. Good night, everybody. I'm going to go to the ending screen now.
I already went and...